a podcast where you don't need an invite to join the conversation. Welcome to Add Me to the Group Chat. I had the privilege of having my dear friend Lauren Gilliams on the pod today. She is an amazing, beautiful woman, and she has an incredible story that is so inspiring and honestly very eye-opening. We have to, as women, we have to come together, bond together. We have to honestly advocate more for ourselves and our family and our children. And I am so thankful to have her here today. She is opening up for the first time. She has not been on a pod before, so she is able to share her story, and this is very raw and real. She is a mom to 6 beautiful girls. She is a wife to her husband, Jordan, which is a firefighter. They're from the North Carolina area. She has her own business. She is a rocking, like, superwoman. I was like, can I get you a superwoman shirt? I am just so excited to be able to share this on behalf of her. Of really, it's just a lot. It just takes words out of my mouth. Anyways, let's get into it, because we talk about the church, of how we grew up and what that looks like now with our life, having kids. And she is a mom of 6 beautiful girls, and what that looks like and how she does that. But also, you guys, she is a breast cancer survivor. She is so amazing, and her story is like, whoa. I need y'all to sit back, relax, enjoy this, take your time. It is a 2 hour and 30, so if you have to pause and come back, totally respect that. Do it, enjoy it, share it, because we have to advocate for ourselves, you guys, and we have to fight through things together and bond together as women. And I'm so excited for her to be able to share her story like this. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We are recording. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Amber.
Before this, y'all have already heard Lauren's intro, so I'm going to do it after we end, you guys, just so y'all kind of know, but you already kind of know the tea of what's going to happen on today's episode. We don't. Okay?
No, at all.
Because we're starting right now.
But I've never done this, so I don't even know where to look.
You can look at me. It's just a conversation. You can look at me. Okay. If you feel like you want to reference the people,
then I'll look
hi,
at
guys. We'll give you some eye contact, but just us.
Okay.
I asked Lauren, I asked you to be on. I'm going to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you to be on because you really have, I believe, an amazing story. Now, you, on the other hand, might think, well, I'm just a regular human, so I don't know what's so amazing. But I just think, as an outsider looking in, I'm like, dang it, you've been through a lot of crap. Good, bad, in between. Like, it's just been a lot. And so I, as a mom, as a wife, like, I'm like, oh, I want to hear all the details. And I think it's good for other women to hear it, too. Mm-hmm. So that's why. But Lauren and I actually grew up together, you guys.
We did. And it
so was fun. Let's take them down that journey. When did we first meet? Because I can't even remember what that looks like. But we were very, very young.
I would think I was 2nd grade.
We were that young. That's crazy.
Yeah, we had just come out of Little Disciples. Yeah, and y'all came to the church. I remember
Maybe,
that part.
I do remember a lot of VBS.
Mm-hmm. And then Little Years, and then Youth. That's really like the youth
is like hardcore. Like, I definitely remember
memories,
a ton of youth.
Core memories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we were at that church for a long time.
We were.
That's crazy. When I think about it now, I'm like, so many people church hop. But back then, you stayed at a church, girl. Mm-hmm. You were dedicated to the church.
Dedicated.
If you left, you were like scolded.
Yes.
You were like, you don't leave.
You're church hoppers.
Yeah. And you get frowned upon. How
Correct.
sad.
Yes. Agreed.
It's crazy.
Now, fast forward.
I think about, too, like, our kids are not in youth group. Do y'all have youth group? We don't have a youth group.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
All right, so tell me.
Yeah. Tell you a little bit about it?
Yeah.
So when we were at another larger church, our kids were too young. Like, they were still like nursing. Yep. They were just doing it. Girl, I didn't even take them to daycare. I mean, not daycare, nursery.
Sunday school.
I was like, y'all can't be watching my kid. I don't trust what y'all are doing.
She does not trust you.
Yeah, I do not trust anything y'all are doing back here. They be choking on the goldfish in the corner. I'm like, I told y'all they can't eat snacks.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, nobody listens to you.
They still just hand them out.
Yeah. I'm like, that's annoying. So they started... Yeah, they're really not even a youth group age, but like, I guess preteen type stuff.
Yeah.
But then we left a bigger church because of conflict in the church and like beliefs and support, and started a home church.
Yeah.
And
know about that.
Was it 4 years that we did home
there.
church?
I think we were there like 2. So y'all had been doing it, I think, 2 years before that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it was never the intention to do it that long. It was like, we'll do it for like a year
Right.
and then disciple everybody and then we'll split
Break out.
off. Yeah. And so we never did that. We were like, we'll stay together. And so we left that because it just became, everyone was at this space where we just needed.
Yeah. Different.
We've been discipled, like we're ready to grow and expand.
Yeah.
So now we're at a church where we meet at a YMCA, which I feel like is so common.
Yes.
And so we don't have a church building, which I don't think the intention is to ever have a church building.
No,
Our church split from a larger church. Anyways, a lot of the money goes towards like missions and that. So that's support. But like we have home groups. So we meet as a church, maybe like 100 people. I don't even know how many people are there, y'all. It's a smaller group, which is nice. But then we split the whole church into like families of 5 families or 4 families. And then we do home groups.
Okay.
So then that's where like the kids can interact.
Community comes in.
Yeah. And so there's not like, oh, our church is doing this with the youth. Now, hey, they might do that. I'm unaware if they do it. I don't know because we're not at that age yet. But yeah, we don't do youth group stuff, you know?
And it's so where we're at is not like when we grew up. The youth group that we are at, it's a large,
Yes.
much larger group of children, youth, teens. And so I feel like the girls love it,
Yeah.
but it's not, when I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be more of just like, let's go party, have fun,
Yeah.
be friend. But it really is from what I see, because I watch on Wednesday nights.
Oh, how do you watch?
Because they stream it, so the parents can watch what's going on.
Are you in the building or you can watch
I
it
do
from
not
anywhere?
go on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
Jordan takes them when he is home on Wednesday nights because
Yeah.
the 2 babies have to go down.
Got it.
And so I stay home Wednesday nights and he takes the other 4.
Yeah.
But I will turn it on to kind of see what they're doing. And
that's
like,
really nice.
It's really to see the group of kids like truly worshiping. Now,
Yeah.
you know, you got some that don't.
Yeah.
But they really are worshiping.
Yeah.
And the kids lead the worship. And then they have, you know, the pastors actually do the message. But
Yeah.
it's not fluff. It's really good
Yeah.
stuff for their level of, you know, teens. So
That's good.
I mean, I think we still growing up though, I think we had good content. Like we
Yeah.
weren't just like sitting there but it's kind of like when we used to go to camps.
Yes.
That vibe is kind of what they get every Wednesday night.
Got it. Yeah. The camps were definitely, I mean, there was definitely worship music, but there was definitely, I think, like breakout groups or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was like also like team activities, like how to build with one another.
Yeah. It was more of to build you up.
Yeah.
Build your youth group up so you go back on fire.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that was So I do think it's good that we have that now.
Well, the girls want to go.
Every Wednesday they're like, we're going tonight, right? We're going tonight, right?
Yeah,
because they know if daddy's not home, it'll depend on if Mimi and Poppy can pick them up, because I can take them, but I can't get back to pick
because
them
the
up.
babies are sleeping.
Yeah, so it's a group
The
effort.
team.
But
Yeah.
they want to go.
That's good.
Yeah,
It's
so.
hard if you have to force your kids to want to do something. I find like sport, and it's not the same as like youth group, but like a sports activity, and they're like, well, I'm just so tired.
Yeah.
But like if they crave that, and that's a really cool environment, even though you don't want to rely on the church to disciple your children,
Right.
it's a layering factor.
1,000,000%.
It's like, well, you get this at home, and
Yes.
this is where it starts. But then, like, okay, we go to service on Sunday.
on the
We
community.
have- it
just
is
like
the
for
community.
adults. Like
Yeah.
we could just stay home and do it, but
Yeah.
it's that community, and they're inviting their friends, which you would think with us being in a Christian school.
Oh, heck to the nah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you would think, but no, they're inviting their friends that don't go to church,
Yep.
and they will actually come on Wednesday nights. And so I think
That's cool.
and maybe it was just me, but when we were growing up, like I didn't invite
No.
people, and I feel bad saying that now because I could have, but I just didn't invite because I
You
had
know
my
what,
people.
though? You know what? Maybe, Lauren, it's not even our fault. Because no one ever
wasn't.
said, bring your friends. I don't
Unless
ever
we were having a
remember-
special event.
Yes, if it was
Bring a
like,
friend.
you know, a lock-in,
Right.
bring
Bring
your
a friend.
friends. That's how
Yeah.
Scotty got invited to all our crap. You know, it got expanded. He's my brother-in-law, you guys. And just, such a good time.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was never like, who are you bringing Sunday or whatever. Mm-mm. I'll even tell you versus like then versus now too, how I feel about it as a young teen is we would have Sunday school and there was scripture read and there was a breakdown and a study and understanding, but it went literally in my ear and out the other. Mm-hmm. I didn't know from leaving that space how to study scripture. I didn't know if I was curious on anything, how to find it in the Bible. Nothing. And, and I don't like fault my parents at all, but I am like, we didn't also sit down as a family at the table and open the Bible and study God's word together. My parents did whatever they did on their own. And yes, they raised me in a Christian environment in a household, but I didn't know if what they were saying was biblical and factual from Christ's word, like right here.
You just believed it because they said it.
Or they were just like, you know what the Lord's saying. And I'm like, no, I don't know if you just made that up or that is actually biblical. And so now I'm like, oh my gosh, it starts in the home.
1,000,000%.
Like if we don't do this together as a family, how can we rely on you knowing anything?
Well, and to piggyback off that,
tell me.
I will kind of go a step further and say, and not only that, but when they're in the world and then they're in a Christian school, when they're in anywhere, is what they are being told, they can now be like, that sounds almost right, but what does the Bible really say? Because here's another thing. When we were growing up, and now I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, that's how old people sound. But I feel like when we were growing up, it was a little bit more, there was not as much. Maybe there was as much going on in the world.
Yeah.
But when we were just naive to it. But I feel like it was a little bit calmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the temperature is a little higher these days.
Yes.
And the kids are not stupid.
Yeah.
They know. They see it. They hear about it. They know about it.
Yep.
And so how do you fight the world?
I know.
You got to have the word.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know what the word says, what it truly says, not what people want it to say.
Right.
Because again, Christians can make it sound how they want it to sound.
Yeah.
But if that's not the truth, then children need to be able to pick up. And if they're not getting that in the home, like you said, if it's not starting in the home, they're not going to get it out there.
Yeah.
They're just not.
Nope.
So I agree. I think our parents did the best they could.
Yeah.
They come from a whole different, they were out there making that money. They were out there, raising us, doing what they had to do. And so I do remember like you, like I was raised in a Christian home. They did, everything they could.
Yeah.
We were there every time the doors opened.
Oh, girl. Yeah.
I was there.
Y'all were probably there more than we were.
I felt like we were more there than the pastors.
I think y'all ran the place.
I feel like we did.
I mean,
well, I didn't.
Not even
I was just
joke.
there.
Yeah.
But in every aspect, we were involved. My parents I was there.
Yeah, they were even on all of our trips. Like my parents were, well, I don't think they both went every single time, but my mom was there a lot on all the trips too.
Yeah. Like they were not. Yes. And so they did that. Yeah. But I really feel like our generation, like you said, we've learned maybe a little different way of doing it.
Yeah.
And it is, I think, for me, Jordan is like, we're doing this. This is a nightly thing with us. Like, and I'm thankful for that. It's different, but I'm thankful for it.
Do y'all do nightly?
We do. Well, when he is there, I'll be honest.
You're disciplined.
Because he is.
No. Well, it really, and I will tell you, I told Alan this too. I'm like, listen, I cannot do all this by myself. Mm-hmm. I am literally a crazy person at 6 p.m. So
I turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, he can like bring it together. So I love that you even are saying that because it's like Dad said we're doing this. Like this is what we're doing. Sit down and focus or whatever. Yeah. Do y'all do like in the bed and get cozy or is it like formal?
Most of the time it's in our room.
Yeah.
I'm in the bed. I just got in the bed. They come in there because they clean up after dinner. I cook and they clean.
First of all.
So
let me take a tip of that. What?
So that's firehouse rule.
Your kids?
Yes.
I love this.
I cook, they clean. And then when I'm done with my dinner, I push back. I go get in the bathtub. I do my stuff and I get in the bed and then they all come in there.
That's so good.
And we do devotion and they spread out.
Do you do baths a lot?
Every night.
You do a bath every night?
Every night. I do not do showers.
Shut up.
I do my bath.
Really?
Every night. Me and the baby.
If I had a bath, okay, see, that's sweet.
Every night.
Now, listen, I wish I had a bathtub right now.
Oh my gosh.
Love that. That's really cool. All right. So, yeah, we'll have to dig into Lauren and her kids and that routine. I think that's so amazing. But getting back to like studying at night and being really disciplined about that, I have to be honest with the kids so many times. I'm like, listen, you guys, if y'all don't see mommy doing it and you don't see daddy doing it, I can't come to y'all and say,
no.
Have you gotten out scripture, or have you studied? Have you talk to Christ? Like all these, like I can't do all that if y'all aren't doing it. But I mean, we're very disciplined like in our prayer time, and I love that. And the kids, I feel like as a kid I always prayed the same prayer, every prayer, and I had no idea how to even talk to God, right?
It's just a conversation.
And now we have, like, I love when they can pray and they're just like having a conversation. I'm like, it's the sweetest little thing ever. But then sometimes they rush through and they're like, Lord, thank you for this food.
Amen.
They're trying to eat, and I'm like, what if Alan's like, that is not okay. I'm like, it's so annoying, but I love that. So yes, we have Christian homes and Christian values, and I love that we are on the same page with that.
We went through it to get there. But
we did. Yeah, for sure. Well, okay. So Lauren and I at church together, grew up, did all the fun things. I will have to bring up, I brought this up to the kids about, I don't know what it was called. What did we do? I mean, we'd had like missions. I guess they're missions trips.
Like World Changers?
Yeah, but it was like a missions trip, a youth trip. What do you call those now?
Yeah, I guess they're just like youth trips.
I guess a youth trip. So we would go on those as kids, and we always went. And like our parents were there. Sometimes maybe they weren't. I don't know, but we were like doing things. But now I would not let my children go.
Absolutely not.
Brought something came up, and I don't know if it was something they heard or saw. I have no idea, but we're honest with our boys. I'm almost too honest, where something happens and they'll ask me a point blank question, and I'm like, you know what? I hate to be this honest with you, but I'm going to do it.
Tell you.
And I just tell them, and you know what? I stop talking when they stop asking. Like, I don't have to keep elaborating. But so something brought up about it, and I was like, buddy, I just hate it, but you will never go on one of those trips.
Unless I'm there, and I'm not sleeping on the floor. So I'm not going.
I'm not doing it. Like, are you okay? I've gotten this far in my life. I ain't going back.
Air mattresses. They slept on air mattresses for us.
I'm not doing it.
No.
I'm done. And roaches?
No. And the shower curtains that hit you.
Stop it. That's something got brought up. Oh, I think it was the Texas, like, tragedy that happened with the flood and that camp. Something was going on, and I was like, buddy, like, and we just went into it, and I'm like, listen, you can't trust people for one anymore, which is really sad. More news keeps coming out about any position that you hold, someone's doing wrong. I don't care if you're a believer or not. But then your kids are away from you, and like,
you can't get to them.
There's no way. Like, I can't get 5 minutes down the road to see you. You know, what am I supposed to do? Like, stand outside the gate of the place? I would. And I would, like, I'm not taking that risk. We have the responsibility to keep our children safe.
Yes.
And I'm like, I cannot go like, okay, well, I hope you bring my kids back on Friday. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, and not just thinking about the physical things that could happen, because listen, I know we're not supposed to live in like fear and anxiety and all that. He's got it. But he does give us a brain. To recognize and have discernment in certain situations.
Yes, for sure.
And can we stop everything? No. But I feel like when you're closer to your children, you know, there's just something about being there. If they need you, they can get to you.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, lately, even the school situation, I have struggled.
Are you?
I'm struggling.
All right, ladies, this one's for you. Like butter is knocking at your door. Holidays are right around the corner, and even if it wasn't a holiday, it is your day. It is your holiday. It is the time for you to take over your shower and bath routine. Honestly, getting the body butter, the body scrub, and the soap is literally like no other. If you have not purchased this handmade, luxurious, clean, non-toxic body care that will really change your game, your missing out. It's very affordable. That's the one thing about this. As the founder of Like Butter, that is something that I strive on, is getting the most affordability out of the product, and also the quality, making sure that I do so much research and development when it comes to the body care, that I am gathering everything that we need to make sure that when your skin is using it, it is going to be safe for your whole entire body and those in your home. If your home is like mine, everybody can use my shower in my bathroom, and I'm not mad at it, but let's be honest, when I do run out of my product, I'm like, who the crap used the rest of it and did not replace it? But no, honestly, I tell the kids all the time, I'm like, go in there, use that butter, get the butter on your body, put your cream on, use that scrub. You have a dry spot, go use this. Everybody loves the soap. Like, honest, I make so much of it. Alan comes in, he gets like 5 and 6 bars at a time to stock up his bathroom. The kids know exactly where the restock basket is. Even before my brand, I was stocking our body care like this, so we never ran out of good quality products. But now, having our hands on this quality of product, you've got to get it. So go to likebutter.com, lykbuttah.com. Husbands, if you're listening and your wife has not gotten Like Butter and you do not see it in her bathroom, on the counter, or anywhere, go get it for her. So go enjoy and use Amber at checkout, promo code to save 20% off of your purchase. And listen, you can use that code as many times as you want. Have fun. I cannot wait to stock up your bathroom for you with our products. And yeah, anyways, I'm excited for you, but thank you to the sponsor to take a little portion of this time to tell you about our brand. So anyways, let's get back to the pod.
Yeah. Because I just see like we only have this one chance, right?
I know.
And I'm seeing all this go on in the world, and right here, close by, there's just a lot. And so I'm like, am I doing the right thing? I'm their mama.
Gosh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm probably not going to send them off to another state, to a camp that I can't get to, or I'm just not.
Yeah.
I will say I am letting Kinsey, I'm letting her go on a school trip in April.
They're going like
Florida.
Yeah, far.
So
that's what I was told. Okay.
Yeah, it's Disney, so it's
Okay.
Disney World.
Yeah,
because they're in a competition. It's their drama or whatever. The only reason I am comfortable with
they're in a
this,
competition when they go?
yeah, it's like a big competition.
Really? I thought it was just a fun trip.
Dang. No, not for the ninth graders. Well, it's high school.
Okay.
So they do whatever that. Anyway, it's a drama competition, drama music. But we have friends that are going.
Okay.
And we'll be there.
I was literally just about to say, no, this just, the whole thing just went.
And so they know, like, your mom and daddy while we're.
Yeah.
Because, we just can't go.
Yep. Keep tabs.
And so do I want her to go through life being like, I can't go? No.
Right.
But again, we have people we do trust that we're like, you can be to her in 2 minutes. So that's why she's going.
Yep.
But yeah, overall.
Well, and she has a phone, right? Does she already have a phone? Okay.
And listen, she wants to be policeman.
Yeah.
So
she does. Yeah. Dang, I forgot you told me that.
She wants to go into that.
She's going to be.
Pray for us.
And this is a thing too. When your kids turn 18 and they're like, okay, I'm off to like the real world, and you've sheltered them so much,
they don't have
then
a clue.
that's a culture shock.
Right.
Right. So it is this fine line that it's like, how do I protect you without being crazy person, but still be crazy enough to not.
I'm dealing with it. I'm telling you. It's been heavy.
Oh my gosh. And you have 1,000 different ages in your home.
Yeah. Yes.
Like literally everybody that has more than 2 kids. I'm like, girl, you got a zoo. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Okay. Lauren and her husband, Jordan, have all girls.
Correct.
Tell me about the journey of first becoming first-time mom to now being a professional mom.
I don't know if I'd say professional.
Well, you've done it in their life.
Yeah.
Their life.
Well, the funny thing is, let me start with this. I can remember sitting in 10th grade Bible class, and Miss Curley was our Bible teacher.
What a name.
She was funny. And she's like this 70-year-old lady, and she was like, girls, I want y'all to take out your Bibles, and I want you to take out an index card, and I want you to write down what you see your husband looking like in the future.
Oh, no way.
Talk about your family, what you would love to have in your family, like all these things, right? And she's like, and then we're going to pray over it, which now I look back, I'm like, that was a sweet thing to do.
Yeah.
She's like, you need to pray over this card every day. You need to be praying for your
husband.
It? I think I do. I need to find it. It was in my high school Bible, and all my high school stuff is in the attic. And I'm going to do that.
Oh, you probably do have it. Yeah.
So, but of course I wrote down like the, blonde hair, blue eyes, muscular, like all the things. But on the card I wrote down that I wanted 5 boys.
Wow.
That's what I wanted. 5 boys. And I prayed over that card. And so I say it's like funny because God has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Not only did he not give me boys, he gave me 1 extra girl. Yes, so we have 6 girls.
Wow.
Would not trade it. He always knows what we need.
Yeah.
And they are 15, and let's see if I can get this on the first time.
Okay.
15, 13, fixing to be 11, like in November.
Wow.
So 10, 8, 3, and 7 months.
Wow. Yeah. You did it.
I did it, and I'm done.
That is crazy.
Done.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Every time you announced that you were pregnant, we were like, oh, I hope Jordan gets his boy.
But he didn't want boys.
He didn't?
I shouldn't say didn't want. He was never like, let's try for a boy.
Oh,
he is ultimate.
Maybe that's what everyone else said.
Probably.
Just like in life.
So let me just say this.
Because I kept hearing, Jordan, he just needs a boy. He needs a boy. He needs a boy. And I'm like, maybe Jordan just really is like craving a boy.
No, that was me.
Okay.
But
wow.
Again, I wouldn't be like, let's try for a boy.
Yeah.
If we were the ones we were actually trying for,
yes,
we were just like, we just want a baby. Like,
yes,
it really
healthy
was.
Baby. Yep.
Now, deep down, did I want a boy? Absolutely. Did he probably want his line to continue?
Yeah.
Sure. What man doesn't?
Right.
But at the end of the day, we just wanted healthy babies.
Yeah.
So, he is ultimate girl dad.
That's cool.
Like when I tell you, like, he is ultimate. He is the best daddy. Like,
that's so
he just
cool.
is. So, but I got 6 sweet girls.
Yes, some men are like, I don't know what to do with girls. Do you know what I mean? Like intimidated by that. But I'm like, you tackle it like you would anything else.
Well, he doesn't treat, like, my kids are in the woods.
Yeah, they are.
Like, well, Kinsey at this point really isn't, but they're in the woods. They're at the creek. They build stuff. Like, you know what I mean? They're almost, he treats them kind of, I guess, how he just treat his sons if he had sons.
Yeah, he's like, let's go and do this.
They build fires.
Yeah.
They, like, that's all the time.
Yeah.
Like, even if the sun isn't out, if it's cold or rain, they'll still go out in the woods. Like,
that's
he's
cool.
like, we're going outside. Like, and
do they hunt?
So Kinsey has hunted a little bit.
Okay.
They would like to hunt.
Yes.
We honestly, though, just don't with his schedule.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's just a lot. And he used to hunt, when he lived in Ohio. But down here, it's like he married me and we haven't had time to stop.
Yeah.
So,
y'all started.
They would like to. Aniston, probably not.
Yeah.
Because she's more of my animal, like, rights person.
She's like, absolutely not. You do not shoot that thing.
No.
Let it survive.
She's.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, she's my.
Yeah.
But everybody else would probably like it.
I really have a hard time with that too. And it just comes down to if you're doing it for sport and it's going to feed your family.
Right.
I'm like, cool. But if you're out there just shooting animals and you have no care in the world about it, and there's not like.
You're just wanting to kill at that point.
Yeah, it just becomes nasty and evil. And I'm like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
But I'm with her though. Save the animals. The boys are out here with daggone BB guns trying to shoot freaking birds and squirrels. I'm like, if you shoot one more thing in this yard, I said, do you know that thing has a family? And it needs to get back to its family. I'm like, leave it alone. And we all keep having the same conversation. Finally, everybody kind of agrees with me because normally, Alan's like, it's just a squirrel. I'm like, leave the baby squirrel alone.
Yeah, it just
I'm like, you're not eating that freaking wild squirrel.
I hope not.
Now, Levi will eat a squirrel. Like, he's like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to eat it.
That's a squirrel stew.
Yeah, it's so gross.
No thanks.
So I love that she's like that.
Yeah.
She also is the one with the chickens, right?
Yeah. Oh, the chickens, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all have had a lot of chickens.
We have. And so help. We have a rescue that we got
Oh, yeah.
So probably 7 years ago, I was going through treatment. So 6 years ago. And our dog was found under a dumpster.
Oh.
So we got her. And
was she a puppy?
Baby. Like she had just, and see, I think, that's a whole different thing. But I think she was still nursing and her mama got taken. And yeah, it's a whole thing. But anyway.
Who found her?
She was underneath a dumpster at my friend's, do you remember David Eisenberg?
I know
he used to live by us. They were building their house or like redoing their house.
Yeah. Yes, I do know who you're talking about.
And
I was
it's
like,
in
I know that
Wadesboro.
name. Okay.
And he had gone there that morning, and her and her brother somebody had dropped him off and they had wandered under there.
So
it was
pitiful.
Sad. Anyway, but she is, they think, part lab, part pit.
Oh, so she's like, she smells, she wants to hunt, she wants to get.
Yeah. So she's not a good chicken dog. So she has had a couple incidences, even the recent demise of our chickens, which, Angel was there for that. It was a whole thing. And
yeah,
so
Angel said none was left.
Painful. No, out of 15.
Yeah, she felt really bad.
It's been a thing. So it wasn't
I'm
her
just always
fault.
shocked by, I'm like, well, you got one. Be satisfied.
But it's a game. It's literally
it's
just
not
wanted to
eating
play.
them.
No,
it's just
there's
take
no
them
blood.
down.
There's no nothing. Now with Miracle,
can chickens die out of shock? Like
well,
if they
probably,
get
like,
do you know? Because I'm like, yeah. Because how can? Do you just like? Are they putting?
Is that like a fainting goat?
Yeah, I don't know. Fainting goats are funny. That would be crazy.
That's what Aniston wants. And I'm like, Aniston, it would not survive around our house. It would always be like
constantly in shock. But I'm just like, if there's no blood, like I guess
they break their neck. She shakes them.
Shut
That's
up.
what they say is like, because I've researched it and I've talked to people, and our chicken lady that we get our chickens from, like she said, like they think it's like a toy, the ones that And so she said they just give them one good little and break their neck and then leave them. Oh my God. And Miracle will even bring them to the back door like it's a she's
this,
like,
look
what I did for you, like. And it's, yeah. So we are in the future. We do have plans to actually build like from the ground up.
Okay.
Because we've had a few different
chicken
she
can't get in.
So
like Miracle can't get to them.
She can't get to them unless she can. She has one of those, and it's like an invisible.
Fence.
Yes. But it's on a Wi-Fi or whatever. I don't know how it works. But anyway, if the battery goes out, it's out. So that night that this happened, while we were gone, her battery went out. And somehow she was able to pull enough of the chicken wire back and got at least one. And then they started, I guess, coming out.
Shut up.
And it was free game.
They did it to themselves.
Yeah.
Stay in your area.
Right. Stay in your lane.
What the crap?
They didn't.
They were like, ooh, I'm next.
Because the door wasn't open. And then she was able to get in and they were able to come out. And it was just like a massacre everywhere you looked.
Crap.
Yeah. It was.
So what do y'all do with all the dead chickens?
So we have graves.
Okay, for all of them?
And then we have a hill that we...
Okay.
So she was able to bury 3 of them.
Oh,
so the last 3... Well, so one of hers was Anakin. Oh. And then there was McNugget.
Oh.
And then I forget the other one's name. But those are the ones we found the next morning, literally laying in the driveway and around our van.
Oh, my God.
It was a whole thing. I'm telling you, it's been horrible. So they went to the animal graveyard that we have. The next day and buried them, had their funeral.
That's terrible.
It is really sad.
It's sad because when you do chickens or pigs or whatever you would have, it just becomes like you feed them every day. You see them every day. They actually have a little, 100%.
That is her therapy.
Yeah.
She would go out there when she got home from school because
that's her thing.
School is like her. Ugh.
It's a lot.
And so she comes home and she went straight to the chickens and she would just sit out there and rub them and talk. That was her happy place.
Did y'all ever have a rooster?
So we did. We've had, and this last one, Rusty. He
didn't make it too. Okay, because normally, whenever sometimes you can have a nice rooster or like a mean rooster, right? So me just thinking of her sitting out there with him, I'm like, did y'all have a rooster that bothered her?
Yeah, Rusty loved her.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, he was one of those. He protected his girls the best he could, obviously.
Yes.
But he was not mean to people.
That's good.
So he knew his place when it came to hierarchy. So
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I've seen my uncle has one that he has to carry the trash can lid in with him and like push him back. Like horrible.
Yeah. I'm like, what the crap is wrong with
They show
y'all?
their little talon things at him. I wouldn't be going.
We had a really nice rooster at our previous home. And then here we had a couple roosters. And anytime we went in the coop, they would charge. Like you would turn your back.
No.
And it would be after you. And I would lose my mind.
Please tell me a video.
Oh, I don't even think so. But then, because honestly, no one records me doing anything. If y'all want any footage of me, I don't exist. Yeah, I need something down there following me when we had it. And then we had one in the yard, and Alan was out doing yard work. The kids were really young. And we would always have to kind of watch our back, but we were like, he's kind of all right.
Was he free range?
Well, we would let them out a lot. They had a huge coop, and they could get out, but they get nasty in there. And I'm like, just let them out. It's no big deal, because they would always come back. And then we were out, and he charged Maddox, and then Alan kicked the crap out of him. And then he came and charged me, and I said, if you don't kill this rooster, I just went off. I was like, I cannot do it. I'm literally I'm just trying to feed them and help them. And I was like, I can't do it. That was his last day.
Oh dear.
So he was gone. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a panic. Because you just think,
well, if he gets the kids,
if you attack my child too, and poor things, they can barely stand up right now. They're too young. Yeah. Roosters are crazy.
They are. I don't like them.
So I'm glad that y'all had a really nice one.
So one day we might have an actual legit, get back to where we were getting eggs and all the things. Yeah. But we've just got to figure things out. And honestly, at this point, if we had a good place to we knew Miracle would be safe and healthy, we would give her to somebody, because it's just not conducive for it. But we've had her for 6 years, so I don't know.
That's how I feel about my dog. Yeah. It's not really the best dog, but it's a great dog.
Yeah.
She has loyal ears to us.
She's very, she alerts.
Yeah.
And when Jordan's not home, I appreciate
it's
that.
She'll probably go nuts if somebody was bothering you guys.
And we've had a lot of issues lately. We were on the news, our little area.
Shut up.
It's a whole thing, but he was in our woods the other night. We had helicopters over. Person? Yes, girl. And this person has been in our woods, and the girl saw him and reported him to us months ago.
The girl who?
Our girls. They were in the woods.
Came back home and said, there's a guy.
There's a guy with a hoodie in the woods, and he's sitting there watching us. So we're like, Jordan, instantly gets his gun. He's gone. We never found anything. So a few days later.
Never a camp out. He's just
that day.
Oh my gosh.
Jordan goes back out with the girls a couple of days later, because he was like, y'all aren't going out there by yourself anymore. I'm going to meet with you. So they go and they find where he had gone to the bathroom fresh in the woods and found toilet paper. Okay. So then Jordan's like, absolutely not. So then a few days later, they're out there.
That's close to your home?
It's in our woods. It's in our woods.
Oh, Lauren.
Right beside. So then Aniston's on the 4-wheeler, riding, and you see her just booking it. She is I guess Dad was out there. Daddy, he's out there. So Jordan takes off.
And this dude hears y'all.
Yeah, he does. And so Jordan gets her off the 4-wheeler. He takes off. He's going to look. Can't find him. Okay. So then we don't hear anything forever. This has been a few months ago.
Where the crap is he at?
Okay. So then the other night, we woke up to messages. I don't know why my phone didn't go off. I don't know why his phone didn't go off. But of all nights, we get no ding-dings on our phone. And we hear the next morning, all these people are like, hey, there's a manhunt in your area. Hey, there's a manhunt on your street. Stay inside, lock your doors, all this stuff. All of our neighborhood is blowing up on our little, I call it the gossip train, because that's all these people do.
Yeah.
But, and they're talking about it.
Is it a text thread, or it's a neighborhood?
Our neighborhood watch or whatever.
Okay.
And so they're talking about it, and I'm like, how did we not hear it? Which I'd heard the helicopter, but I thought it was just
You heard a helicopter in the middle of the night or during the day?
At night. But I thought it was maybe just a helicopter flying over, or, they have these army trainings or something in the woods near, I forget what it's called, Pine something.
No, I don't know.
They have that. Anyway, so I thought it was maybe they were doing a training.
Okay.
So, nope, it was an actual, this guy he was all over everybody's property. They have videos of it. They're all showing this. He had a gun. He threatened to shoot the police because they got him. He was at our neighbor's house right up the street in his truck when they found him.
Oh my gosh.
It was a whole thing. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
What is he doing?
So now he's in jail for now, but I think he's only on a $95,000 bond. So what happened was he lived there when he was a kid on our circle.
Shut up.
He was a teen that had a lot of issues in the area. They moved. They recently, within the past, I think, year or so, got another house on the circle because they inherited it. So he's back.
He doesn't live in the house.
He lives in the house.
But he's just circling the woods.
And so now that's what he does. He just roams. So let me tell you.
He better not roam near
He
y'all.
better not roam up on our property again.
So that I literally think all the time. You move to a place where y'all are kind of in the middle of the woods, which is nice. You do have land, like all that's really beautiful, right? And you think, oh, my kids have places to. No, I'm like, if I can't see you and I run outside, and for 2 seconds, I don't know who's in the woods.
Correct. Yes, like you were talking about the other day.
Yeah,
like,
I have no clue.
Dennis the Menace. That's your answer.
That's the movie. I was like, who is that creepy man?
Dennis the Menace. That's who it is.
Okay. I was like, I could not think of this, but he was just lolly, lolly, lolly. And this weirdo in the woods.
Yeah. So that is a real thing.
Yes.
And so our neighborhood has now put a petition together to keep him in jail because he's a felon and they keep letting these people out.
Yep.
Please stop letting out criminals.
100%.
Please stop.
Yep.
Because what are they waiting on? Him to like kill somebody?
Yes.
And then, you know what I mean?
No. All day.
Like,
I'm like,
what are we doing?
That's why I always get so mad more as an adult now, like late 30s and 40s. I understand why people go like, you got to go heavy on who you vote for in your county.
Absolutely.
But when I'm
100%.
like 20 and 30, I'm like, girl, that ain't affecting me. No, it plays a huge part.
It does affect you.
So it makes a big difference. And I get constantly annoyed by our local sheriff's department because we'll have people shooting off guns next door. There's a trailer park next to us and they're just out there like, target practice, shooting away. And they're like, well, did anybody get shot? And I'm like, let me tell you something. I'm like, if somebody gets shot, do you think that I'm on the phone with you right now? No, I'm dead.
Yes.
So like is that what you want?
I guess that's
do
what
you
they're
want us
for.
to physically get hurt for you to do something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause they're always like, well, did somebody get hurt? Is somebody in danger? I'm like, they could be. And you know who's about to be in danger?
Yeah.
The person doing it. Cause I'm going to attack
Well,
them.
that's the thing. If you're on our property at this point,
you're doing too much.
And you're a felon, and we already know that you tried to kill, like you pointed a gun at a cop and said, I'm going to kill you.
That you're not fearful. Yeah.
No,
he has nothing to live for. He's not fearful.
No. So it's been interesting past week.
How do the girls deal with that?
No, see, that's the sad part. They're scared to death to go into their own, like, outside in their backyard. Libby's like, I'm not going. I'm like, well, you can be right here. I can literally see you. Yeah. I'm not going. And I'm like, okay, well. There's that. Like, you're not going outside to play?
And you can't, like, convince them otherwise. You know, it's kind of like, well, all right.
Because they've seen him, too. I think
that's creepy.
Not that we didn't believe them.
He didn't talk to them.
No, he was just standing looking. Like, he was behind a tree. And they kept saying, Mom, he has on a hoodie and his hair's in his face. Well, again, it's not that we didn't believe them. But when you go time after time and you don't see anything, it's like, okay, well, just don't go back out there. But now, and then his mugshot, they're like, that's him. That's him. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, scary.
That's crazy.
And Jordan was out there the last time. The only time he was not out there was the
he's
first
probably not
time.
showing himself to a grown adult like that. No. Do you know what I mean?
It's like almost like taunting
So
him.
he ran back to his house, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know what he does. Because he's all over. He knows, like Jordan said, he's lived there his whole life. He knows those woods like the back of his hand. He knows where to go, the back ways to go, where to hide. Like, so, yeah.
Well, let's get into talk about Jordan and what he does. So your husband, tell us a little bit about that and how you feel about his profession. And because obviously you've brought this up a lot in his schedule and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, this is intense to be a wife.
Yeah. It is.
And that.
So he is a firefighter. He's a captain with the fire department. Ever since we met, like he had already been in firefighting for probably 4 years before because he started when he was young.
Yeah.
And then he moved here, and so that's all he's ever done. That's all I've ever known.
Yeah.
So even when we were starting out dating, I knew his schedule, like 24 on, 48 off. That's how it's always been until recently. And this past January, they went to a new schedule, and it's 48 on, so 2 days on, 3 days off.
Okay.
1 day on, 3 days off. So there's always 3 days off, which I love that part.
Yeah.
but it's the 2 days. And then if he has to work overtime, which we try to do a lot of overtime because
that's a big deal.
Have to.
Yeah.
Then he's sometimes working, crazy amount of hours. And then when he's home, he's tired. So
when he goes in and you say like 48 on or whatever off, when do they really, like, they could go to sleep, I guess, but if an alarm goes off or something happens, they're up.
Yeah. So his basic schedule is like he's supposed to be there at 8, and he's always a really good he tries to get there early because he's very like, let's do things the right way. Let's show up before you need to be there. Let's make sure everything's where it needs to be. That's just how he is. Yeah. And he's giving that, he thinks about the other people that are trying to get off and go home so they can get out the door. They're not waiting there on him, which is nice. So anyway, he gets there like 8, well, earlier than that, but it starts at 8 and then gets off the next morning at 8 if it's a 24. His schedule is with his guys is they are constant. They are all day because he's very much pushing them to do better. Yeah. Because if you're just sitting there and you don't do nothing all day, you don't train, you don't, then if you have a call at 3:00 in the morning, you should be able to wake up and just do it out of just like muscle memory. Yeah. And so that's really what he tries to do. And so, but if he goes to bed at 10:00 and they get a call at 11:00, they go. If they get back and he just falls asleep and they get a call at 12:00, they go. Okay. It's whenever the call is. And then there's some nights that he says they might not have any calls, but you're still at a fire station. Yeah. Like, you're not going to sleep the best. Because you're on constant
alert.
Right. And I told him, I was like, oh, it's kind of like being a new mom. Like, or a mom in general.
My child's going to make a sound.
Know, right. Yeah. You don't know, so I joke with him about that. But so
that actually is a good, like, for a woman to think, there's not a consistent sleep. I sleep when I can. Yeah. And it probably may not be 30 minutes or 2 hours, but whatever.
And when he's gone, like, I'm on alert because he's not there. And so I don't sleep. Like, I sleep, but I don't sleep soundly because I have my ears open or I'm up checking on things or whatever. Yeah. So, that's a little bit, but I'm honored to be a fire wife. Yeah. I love that he loves his job as much as he does because, there's some people that hate what they do. Yeah. He does not hate what he does. He gives 1,000,000%. He is so passionate about it, but it is tough. Yeah. It's tough. The girls are like, where is Daddy home today? No, he's working his.
Do y'all keep a calendar on anything so the kids know what he's doing?
On our phones, it's on there because I have to look. I'm like, it's okay. But if we don't really do like a calendar that's like on a wall or anything, just because honestly, I won't remember to write on it. Yeah, I just don't. True. I'll be like, oh, we're 15 days out and I didn't cross it off or whatever.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So usually they'll just say, hey, Mom, is Dad home or whatever? And I'll say, no, he works. So that's how that goes. But, but it's
and they've gotten used to that too.
Yeah, and it is something like there's consistency without being consistency. I don't know if that makes sense. It's a constant. They know Daddy's going to work either 2 or 1. Okay. But when he's home those 3 days,
they soak it up.
And so,
yeah. And then he probably does the same thing. He's like, whatever I've missed out on those 2 days, like, I'm just like, this is.
Well, and I think that's another thing with us in general is because I know people are like, well, he's home 3 days. He's home a lot more than he works. But those 2 days that he is gone, like, that's a lot of time to be without your family. Yep. Or the girls or me to be without my husband. And so when he comes home, we're like, how much more can we, soak up and do? And so,
it's probably tricky for vacations.
Oh, my word.
Because you have to, like, I don't know if y'all really can plan that out. Does he get vacation time like that? So he
gets, like, to choose his vacation. Okay. The problem with choosing that is we don't always know when that vacation is going to be. So we might not we can't always book a year out because we don't know, like, what we're going to do. Or, so they almost, it's like you have to, he puts in, he's like, okay, I have these dates off. And he usually just puts in random dates.
Just to see
try to get something. And so we usually try to go off of his dates that he gets, but usually ends up being that he has to swap shifts.
Oh.
And so it's or have to work overtime or have to work like, I don't know. It's just a whole thing. So trying to get vacations or trying to get days off is like, it's just not
it's not easy.
I
find like that field or the medical field, well, it is like a medical field too. I had no idea. Oh, I got a lot to say about firefighters real quick. But I didn't know firefighters had to like do all the EMT stuff.
So they're first response. So they're usually first ones.
Yeah, they do
scene.
all the things. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I thought y'all only fought fires. There ain't no fire here. Right. But you get in a car wreck, they're there. Like they're at everything, right? If somebody passed out, they're there. I'm like, this is crazy.
Lifting assistants, granny in the middle of the night.
Like
that's
they're there.
They call the fire department for everything.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So this is my second year doing this, but since I don't have the studio anymore, I will obviously travel in to take the boys to school. I'll stay in town and then I can just do computer work.
Yeah.
So my best spot is I get like a really shady spot under the trees somewhere and I'm just like camped out. I'm chilled. I'm eating whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I crack my windows. My windows are very dark in my truck. And so nobody can see me. Like the truck's off. You're not really paying attention. So there's a fire department right beside the boys' school. And I last year found myself constantly like, is this really how firemen are? I'm like, this is a lot. Yeah. So let me just tell you is that and I know not all men are like this, but it was a lot in the little glimpses that I get. They have no idea I'm sitting there. They think it's a truck that one of the men drove in today. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And even if they look towards the truck, like you don't know anybody's in there. They're talking about, first of all, they got the foulest mouths.
Oh my gosh.
Foul, F that, S that, H that. I'm like, what is happening? Like, are these firemen not like together? Can you conduct yourself better than this? No, what is happening? No. And then you know what? I don't know if they're married. Girl, don't let me speak for them. I don't know their lives. But they are talking about the woman and the intercourse they had the night before walking past the truck. I am like, oh, that's what we do today. Do you know what?
Are these like young?
I'm calling
firemen?
Olivia and Courage on FaceTime. I'm like,
listen to this.
I'm like, hang on 1 second. Let me show y'all something. And I'm like, what is happening? And then I say something to Alan. I'm like, first of all, I know men are very different than women. Like, I get that. Girls can get together and we're like, oh my gosh, our men. Like, we'll be saying stuff and we share stuff as well. But I'm like, you are so crude.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut up and stop. Like, I got to get my effing bag out of my truck. I'm like, just say you've got to go get your bag out of your truck.
It's
like, are we okay? We don't need to like, it's almost like who can be more...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. Well, so yes. So, I won't speak for it because I really, again, I'm not saying Jordan is perfect or by any means, but he really does. He does have a streak in him. If you tick him off, you're going to get him. Like it's going to come out.
Yeah.
But he really does, I think, try to be better than that. Like, I'm sure that there are times, I mean, it's the fire service and there's things that go on and I'm sure things come out of his mouth that are probably not great. But I think on a daily basis, he tries to conduct himself how Christ would want him to conduct himself.
Yeah.
And I think he tries to be a role model because they end up giving him the guys that are new.
Oh, so he's getting the newbies.
And he trains them.
Okay.
And he is pouring into them. So it's
maybe that makes more of a difference.
So it's like, who do you want like these guys to mimic? Do you want them to mimic this person that's or someone that can keep it cool, calm, and collective? Yeah, you might have a word here or two if you're in an intense situation.
Yeah.
But overall, you don't have to be that to be a man.
Yeah, I'm like, you're literally walking from your car. You're not even clocked in, maybe. I don't even know what's happening.
Let's be a little bit, and two, when you have people come to the fire station and they bring their kids and like touch a fire truck day, or how do you want kids? Are you going to talk like that around the community? Probably not.
They would never do it.
So how about let's reel it in a little bit. Let's be better. You can do better than that.
Yeah.
So, I agree.
Yeah, I would constantly just think, this is wild. I don't really park over there anymore. I have a new spot. I got my spots around town. But then, like, randomly I go over there and I'm just like, it's a lot. And then sometimes you don't hear anything, but I'm like, it just becomes like maybe that's just how they all are, and you hate to do that.
It's not,
but
all of
I
them.
guess that's not.
It's really not. And the ones, again, maybe it's because I'm around. And I'm not really there to see everything.
Yeah.
But I will say when I'm around, they're very respectful.
Yeah.
And my kids are there, and,
Yeah.
at least his crew, the crew I know.
Yeah.
So, you can only.
It just comes with whatever
I feel
you do,
like,
I'm sure.
I mean, I'm sure that that's in any profession.
That's what I'm going to say. It's wherever.
I feel like it's probably anywhere. And that's why we are supposed to be different, right?
Yeah.
As Christians, we're supposed to be different. And so, like I said, I'm sure he's not perfect, but I think he does try to uphold a different standard.
I try not to judge him. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Jordan. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just kidding. It's not even his station. That's like, can't even put that on him. All right. Well, let's talk about your journey. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It is.
And it did not hit me until yesterday that I was
October.
like, that is crazy. It is. And you made a post recently where I was like, my heart just sunk because I'm like, it's an emotional journey that I really was not in it with you at all. And okay, so I'll say this has nothing to do with breast cancer, but as a new mom, some of my friends were not having kids. So they think now that they have kids, they're like, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you during what you were going through. Right. And so like we were all in different stages, but while you were going through that, I'm like, Lauren, you went through so much. So I know when you were diagnosed, immediately it was like everybody knew what was going on. And I went and got checked. Like it allowed me to go.
Oh, good.
I need to go do that. So that was awesome. I don't know how often you should go back. I probably need to go back now. But talk us through that, getting diagnosed, going through that emotion, having babies before, going through that as a parent, and then you've had successful pregnancies since that you were told you couldn't have babies again.
Correct.
I mean, like in nursing to not nursing, like all of it. Take us through that journey because it's really something that more women need to have conversations about.
So this is going to be I honestly,
let me settle up for this conversation.
I'll be honest. I don't think I've even talked about it like this much in depth since it's happened. To be honest, I do my posts and I do try to do awareness things. Yeah. But really like having to talk about it and relive it, I've not done that yet.
And you do not have to say anything you don't want to say.
Well, no, that's fine. I'm thinking about it out loud. I don't think I've done that. So I don't know what it might open up. So be prepared.
Okay. You know what? My mom, she likes to fuss at me a lot. And she's like, you need to have tissues on your podcast. So I have tissues right here.
Oh, look at you.
Just in case. Yeah. I got rid of the table. I'm doing a little DIY on it. So it's a little, you got to reach.
Fun. I might just, if I need it. So I was diagnosed, well, let me back up. I had Livingston, my fourth. And she, talking about nursing, she was my best nurser. Like I nursed all my babies, but she was the one that she loved it. Like she didn't want to quit. Aww. And literally at 2 years of age, when I'm sitting there eating my dinner, she walks up to me and pulls my shirt down at the dinner table. And I'm like this, you know, and I was like, okay, this is it. Like, it's gone too far. I'm sitting here eating and you're telling me, Mommy, give me your booty.
It's a comfort, right? But it is sweet. But it's...
And there's a picture of that. And it's interesting. Jordan snapped a picture of that. And everybody's eating and I'm trying to eat and she's nursing. And I'm like, wow.
That's crazy.
So she was a little over 2 when I stopped nursing. And I remember I had just developed mastitis right after because, you're drying up. And so that went away relatively quickly, but then I was still
Did you have
hurting.
to take something for it?
It was an antibiotic.
Okay, yeah.
And I just remember like I kept hurting. Like there was just, it was just uncomfortable. Yeah. And so I just thought, well, this is taking forever. Like I thought it was either coming back or else I was just like, what is going on? So it was really random. We went, my friend and I, we went to the Biltmore house that weekend and she accidentally bumped me. Something happened and I went, oh. And she said, what's wrong? And I said, I've just been hurting so bad in my boob. Like, I don't know what's going on. She's like, well, you might need to have that checked out.
Wow.
And it didn't even I was like, no. Like I said, I've had mastitis. It's probably fine. And she was like, okay.
You're not even thinking
anything
about
because I'm 34. 34,
yeah,
33, 34.
Yep.
No, I wasn't even, I was just thinking I'm drawing up and I've just got, this is going on.
Yep. Because it really does almost feel like lumps of milk stuck in your...
was, and honestly, you couldn't even feel mine. Like, it just hurt to touch.
Okay.
And, the myth is cancer don't hurt. Like, that's what I'd argue. If you have, it doesn't hurt, you just feel a lump or you feel whatever.
Got it.
And so literally when she said that, I was like, oh, well, and I went on with my day. I'd never thought about it again, like that day. It was not a thing. But a seed had been planted. Like, I really think, because she never said another word about that.
Dang,
it was really weird. And so a couple of days later, I continued to hurt, and I thought about it. I was like, maybe I do just need to have it checked out. But I wasn't, like, stressed about it.
Did you say anything to Jordan?
So I finally told him, and I was like, well, Kelly says I might need to be, checked for something. He's like, well, you might just want to go to your OB and, you just finished nursing, have them check you, everything anyway. So I scheduled an OB appointment and went in, and immediately, like, she started, and she just said, okay, pulled me up. She said, I'm going to go ahead and schedule you for a breast health, exam. And that's at the Women's Breast Health Clinic. And I was like, okay, I didn't really, she's like, I feel something, but I don't know what it is. And we're not going to go any farther here because that's not really our area.
Yeah.
And she said, if it's a cyst or something, they can take care of it and drain it and do all that. And I said, okay.
So she didn't even plant anything because she's unaware, but sometimes don't you think they have to say certain things and not freak you out?
Correct. And I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Because that, I think she probably did know.
Okay.
Or at least knew of something was there.
Okay.
But it was very nonchalant. Make your appointment as soon as possible. Get checked. Okay. So me, just because I don't like hospitals anyway, I never have, even before this whole experience, I kind of probably dragged my feet. And so it took me about a week to make the appointment. So I call, make the appointment, and they were like, well, we don't have an opening until it was like a month later. Okay. And I was like, well, okay. So, whatever. So it was on a Wednesday that I made that because I went to church Wednesday night and I was helping in the kitchen. And Mom and a lot of other ladies were there. Yeah. And this came up, and I don't remember who it was, but they were like, absolutely not. You need to call them back tomorrow and tell them you want an appointment immediately. Oh. And I was like, oh, so okay.
Now you're like, so you're frantic. Do I need to be frantic?
Right. So I called the next day, and they were like, well, it's really funny because we just had a spot open up, and it's for Friday. Can you come? So this was Thursday. They were like, can you come in Friday? And I was like, or tomorrow. I was like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
So we went in, and I believe Jordan. See, this one thing they don't tell you about chemo is chemo brain. Like,
you lose all
my memories on top of pregnancy brain and all the other things. Like, I know pregnancy brain doesn't look after, but I really feel like you lose a lot.
I bet you do.
But so dates and times and stuff might be a little bit mixed up, but the basics is, the basics. So I forget who was with, I think Jordan was with me. And we go in, and he waits in the waiting room, and I go back. And so their only thing they were going to do that day was they did a mammogram, which I'd never had before. Yep. And then,
well, they don't really require you at a certain age to have it until you're like 40s, right?
Correct. Which there needs to be legislation on the floor tomorrow to be
start
paid
early.
Absolutely. Yeah. At least by 30.
Yes.
Because numbers are going backwards, not forwards.
Yep.
Women younger and younger and younger.
Yep.
And it needs to be covered. Bottom line.
Oh, yeah.
It needs to be covered.
Like, oh, insurance isn't going to cover that. So
not
now
until, yes. If you were to try to go, because you're not 40 yet, if you were to try to go, you'd have to pay out of pocket.
So maybe I did pay out of pocket.
You probably did.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't remember that. Okay.
So, yes, that needs to be dealt with. Anyway, so they did the mammogram, and then they came back and they did the ultrasound.
Yeah.
So while you're laying back and they're doing the ultrasound, I already told the lady doing it, I said, now listen, I like knowing stuff up front. So while you're going, can you talk me through this and show me what you're seeing? And so she finally found the area. She said, well, it looks like a little cyst here. She said, we're going to now drain the cyst so you could see the needle going into it.
Did you really have a cyst?
Yeah. So here's the crazy part. So she drained the cyst, and she said, no, we're going to take a sample of whatever the fluid was, to see if there's, I guess, cancerous elements to it. And you'll get that back in a few days.
Okay.
We'll get those results. And then, but behind it, and she said, now I still see some stuff behind it. She said, so we're just going to have the doctor come in and we're going to measure and do some different things. I feel like at that moment, she knew. Personally.
I'm like, tell you.
I think they knew at that point.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wait, it was Jordan and Mom.
Okay.
It was Jordan and Mom.
Your mom was probably on.
She was.
10.
It was Jordan. And so I'm laying there, and the doctor comes in, super nice guy, and he's like, okay, we're going to look and see what we're dealing with here. And I said, now listen, I like to know things up front. And I said, so I need you to kind of, when you're done observing, kind of give me, your take on it. And he said, okay. And so he's looking, and they're talking like centimeters or all the things, and they're measuring and all. So then afterwards, he set me up, and I said, okay, so like, what are y'all measuring? Like, what's going on? And he said, well, there is a pea-size, looks like little area behind where the cyst was.
Okay.
The cyst is probably what you were feeling as pain because it was fluid-filled, and, anything like that, you're going to feel pain.
Yep.
He said, but the interesting part is that was not, if that was not there, we would probably have not found the spot behind it because it was covering it.
Oh my gosh.
And he said, and I said, and what is that spot? Like, what do you think that spot is? I wanted him to say it.
Yep.
And he said, well, if I had to be honest, he said, now I can't give you 100% certainty because we're going to send it off. We got a test. And he said, but it looks to me to be textbook breast cancer. And I said, okay, thank you so much for letting me know. And what I didn't know is that someone had already went out and prepped Mom and Jordan to the news.
So they didn't come in going crazy.
So I didn't come out.
Like goosebumps are happening. It's a lot.
So I didn't come out, and they'd be like, they were already prepped.
Oh, they didn't come in the room with you. You went out to the lobby.
So they knew when I came out, how to handle me or whatever. They just were prepared for me.
What do they say to them?
And so when I came out, though, I think literally like that instantly fight or flight kind of thing. And I was like, well, I'm not flying. I'm not dying on this. So we're going to fight it. Yep. So instantly it went into, okay, all right, we're going to do this. Yep. This is how it's going to go. We're going to do it. So I walked out.
At this time you have 4 kids.
Yes.
Okay.
2-year-old.
Yep.
And older. And so I walked out. I was not crying. I was just like, all right, this is what they say. And they were like, okay. Like they already knew. Mom, when we got outside, started to cry. And Jordan.
Wait, you had 3 kids?
No,
you had 4?
4. Because Livy
just, she was the baby.
Yep, she just stopped nursing. So she was 2.
Okay.
She was
I was like, no, hang on a second. Yeah, but you've had 2. Yeah. Okay.
And so literally from that moment on, everything seemed like it was just like, and so.
You don't have time to process it.
No, because now given we had 4 children, but we weren't like, we're totally done having kids. Like we had not even had that discussion. We had a 2-year-old. Did we want more kids? We didn't know. We hadn't talked about it.
Right.
So now I'm thinking about, okay, can I still have kids?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Like, there was just so many things immediately. You don't have time to like, in my situation, every situation is different. But in my situation, I did not have time to think about anything except that. Like, it consumed me.
Yeah.
Like, what about my girls? Who's going to take care of them when I can't? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? What are we going to, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
So thank goodness for community because honestly, I do not know. When people say, I don't know how people get through things without community or church community or, friends that really are there when, in the depths with you.
And the nasty stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we went from that to then we met with the surgeon and let me back up. See, things get twisted. after that, they said, I met with a nurse. They call them like a nurse navigator.
Okay.
She was assigned to me. So she's the one that preps you for everything. So we instantly went in her office and she was like, I'm going to be your nurse navigator. Anything you have, I'm giving you my personal number. You text me all the questions.
That's nice.
I'm your personal person.
Yep.
You're we're going to get to know each other real well.
Okay.
And she said, now what we're going to do is we're going to have these results in a few days.
Okay.
And she said, I'm going to call you. And when you see my number, you just know it's me. And she said, if I say to you, hey, Lauren, how's your day going? You doing good? Go ahead and prepare yourself to sit down. Mm-hmm. Like, find yourself. If you're driving, pull over. If you're whatever, you just get to where you need to be comfortable and you sit down because we're going to have a discussion.
Okay.
And she said, if I say, hey, girl, you're good. Everything's good.
Then you
know.
Okay.
Like,
keep driving the car. You're fine.
She's like, but I'm going to give you a prompt. And so
what
I remember.
What a good tip to have.
Such a good tip.
Because you're in the middle of who knows what. You could be at a theme park.
Correct.
Go
sit
sit
down.
You're done.
Yep.
Let's go talk.
And so I was in the kitchen. I remember I was by myself, which was crazy. But I was by myself, and the phone rang. I looked at the number, and I was like, okay, here we go. So I answered the phone, and I said, hello. And she said, hey, Lauren, it's Cindy. How are you doing today? And I said, okay, Cindy, I'm going to find a chair.
Oh my
Like, I was laughing. I was like, I'm going to find a chair. Hang on a second. And she said, good girl, you're doing a great job. Like, literally walking me through it.
It is like I am a new infant child.
Yeah.
And I have to speak to you a certain way. Correct. So it
goes in and you're hearing it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I sat down at the kitchen table. And she just said, so we did get the results back, and it is breast cancer. It looks to be stage 2. And then I just remember after that, everything went blank. Like, that's all I heard.
She sounds like, wah, wah, wah.
And then at the end, she said, so I know, she even said, like, I think at the end, she was like, now I know you probably didn't hear hardly anything from the beginning. Oh my God. So I'm going to let you go, and you're going to process, talk to your family, get with your kids, y'all cuddle up, take some time, like, just be together, and then I'm going to call you back in a couple of days, and we're going to get your everything scheduled out, and we're going to get your doctor's appointments on the calendar, which was nice because you're not thinking all the doctors you're going to have to see, and you don't, like, where do you start? So it went from that to meeting with my oncologist. He's been amazing. To meeting with the surgeon. I did have a double mastectomy, just because.
Can you tell? So I've heard, not in a personal way, but women that have breast cancer, they are like, I do not want to have that done, right? And then, they just don't. And then some women do. Like, talk us through when you have that done. Me too, being naive to that. Is it like, that's just the best treatment plan, period, is to just get rid of it all so there's never another chance? Or what?
Yeah. So, okay, let me preface this with, I cannot give you all the facts.
Okay.
Because, again, everybody is different.
Yeah.
But personally speaking, and cases I know of personally, and journeys I have watched from the outside, the statistics have shown that women with double mastectomies have a less likely chance of reoccurrence.
I like that. Okay.
Now, again, that doesn't mean you can't have cancer develop somewhere else in the body.
Yeah.
And it's not a definite. But like my surgeon told me, because I was like, okay, do I keep the nipples? Do I have reconstruction? Do I take it all? And he said, well, I'll be honest with you. And he did give me all the statistics.
Okay.
And the statistics he gave me was the very highest for no reoccurrence was double mastectomy, take everything. Because when they take everything, all that tissue, even if you were to keep nipples, to have a reconstruction done, to have your nipples, that has tissue.
Yeah.
You don't know if that could have lingering stuff. Like, you just don't know.
Right.
And so I was like, at that point, I was like, take them.
Because you are in fight. You're like,
yes.
Oh, no. I can never have this happen again.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and honestly, I left a little bit of skin because I was like, I never know if I do want to have reconstruction. I wanted that option. Mm-hmm. But then even after all the people I know that's had reconstruction and then they had to have it done because just all that, it's just a lot. And honestly, I just wanted to live.
I know.
At this point, I don't care about boobs. I mean, I've nursed my babies. I've had my babies. My husband and I prayed over it. Boobs don't make the woman, and so it was a me and him decision, but he wanted me alive more than he wanted boobs.
I know. Yeah. And that really is, it sounds silly, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's like, would you rather me be here or would you rather us go through this again? Like, that is almost the weighing option, it sounds like.
Well, and in that, because I had the most aggressive type, and with it being stage 2, and our doctor told us, if you had waited, so this was March 18th, I got my diagnosis. If you had waited till August, like if we had not found out till August, we would have been having a completely different conversation.
Thank goodness for the cyst.
Yeah. He said you would have been stage 4 and you would have probably had, it'd have been a whole different conversation.
Wow.
So with it being that aggressive, I didn't want to take any chances.
Yeah.
Not for boobs. It's just not. Now, I know a lot of women, they find their identity in their body.
Yeah.
Their breasts, their butt, their hair, their all the things.
Yep.
And now, don't get me wrong. I like looking good.
Yeah.
I want to look good, but it just wasn't that big of a
You know what I'll have to say about you, though? I have never noticed, like, I'm not, looking at women's bodies and all that all the time anyways, but I never look at you and think, oh, you don't have boobs?
Well, that's kind of weird because it's not that you're saying it, it's kind of because I feel the same way. Now, there's some stuff because I'll wear baggy stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And the only time I really notice that I'm in something, I'm like, you can tell like a little girl, is like if I'm wearing a tight fitting, like I wore a dress last weekend to a wedding and I was like, but then I had a little booty to back it up. So I was like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but it's so I guess it is how you wear clothes and like how you style yourself. You're very stylish anyways, but how you do, no one's you're not wearing a tight fitted white shirt where people are like, oh, no, where are your babies?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
some
women carry their boobs.
For sure.
And that is, you're like, that's
all you can
they're
see.
in my face.
Yeah.
It's a lot today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I never did that anyway because I didn't have a lot of boobs to begin with.
Yeah.
But I never was like just putting it all out there.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like a big. Now, bathing suits, whole different thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'll figure out a bathing suit option. I'm not going to keep a boob for that. So anyway, I think everybody has to do what they feel like is best for them.
Yeah.
But statistically I just knew if I didn't have to go through it anymore, if there was a slight chance I would never have to go through any of this again, I wanted to take that route.
100%, yeah.
And then it went very quickly. I had my breast removed in April. Actually, Easter morning.
You got diagnosed March 18th. You had your removal in April.
And then we started actual treatments June because you have to heal.
Oh, you had them removed prior to anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to do that.
So some doctors are different. But he was like, if you want to go ahead and get it all done, get it all done, get healed up, and then you can go through the process. And I said, let's do that. So I had it the week of Easter morning. I was doing their hair sitting down with drains in for them to go to Easter service,
Bless.
And so, but I wanted to still be as normal as possible for them because they're little, right? They're 2, 4, 6, and 8.
Yeah, they're just like, this is mommy.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
So they watched that process. I did not hide them from the process. They got to see everything from start to finish. And so we talked about, it was forever for Livingston, especially because she was so hooked to the breast for so long and she knew what they were. Where are your boobies, mommy? Where are your boobies?
Aww.
Like that was for probably 2 years. Like where are mommy boobies? Where? I'm like, no, baby, they're gone. They got sick, So having to explain.
Yeah, that is so interesting. It's how you have to describe it to a child. Mm-hmm. And that is a good way. Yeah, my boobies got sick. Yeah. So they're gone.
They went bye-bye.
Dang.
It was a whole thing. Oh. So then when I started in June, I started my 12 treatments. So there are what I call the demon treatments. They're horrible. You have 6 of those. This is my treatment plan. I had 6 of those, and then I had 6 where it was just more of the steroids after the good, they call them the good drugs that kind of help, replenish and do all the things. And my very first treatment I went in. I didn't feel, you don't feel anything.
Okay.
It's just...
How did they do the treatment?
So I had a port put in on this side.
Okay.
And they actually, that was a great thing. They did the port during my actual breast surgery.
Okay.
So I didn't have to have another procedure on top of that. So they went ahead and placed my port after my surgery or during my surgery. And then I would go in and you go into this little cubicle thing and you have a little TV. And it's usually a 5 to 6 hour process.
That is a long time.
It's a long time. And you have your blanket because you do start off normal and you do become more tired and cold. Oh. And so, you're just there. And so after that first treatment, the first 2 days, I felt pretty much normal. And then I think it was that third or fourth day, it hit me. And when I say it hit me, like, I literally thought I was dying. I was like, well, this is it. They killed me on the first one.
When you get, like, the flu, how that affects
my gosh.
It's worse than that, but...
Yeah, but that's a good way you're like, okay, I can feel it coming.
Weird.
Something's weird.
Yeah.
And then it just progressively got worse.
Oh,
and so
Lord.
I ended up in the hospital because, and this might be TMI, but the way the drugs worked on me is literally it was all water coming out. Oh. At both ends. Like, there was no, and to the point where it was just bowel. Like,
wow.
And so they were concerned. I forget what they thought I had, but there's a word for it.
I guess you could have a reaction to the drug and not know.
So it was too much. It was way too much for my body.
Oh.
And they were like, yeah, we're going to have to adjust, do a major. So I was in the hospital, I think, a week.
Wow.
Because I was it was bad. And so, bless my little nurse's heart. She's actually, which I did not know at the time, but she is a firefighter's wife that Jordan worked with. And when it finally hit me, I was like, oh my gosh, she has seen me
in
my worst state I've ever, and she was just the sweetest thing.
Yep.
And so they adjusted me after that. And I don't think I ended back in the hospital for that amount of time, but every single treatment. By that weekend, I was back at the hospital for fluids because I could not,
could they
Jordan
give you fluids at the same time, or
they
that
did,
will
but
counteract?
it was just too much. My body, that's how I reacted.
How often are you supposed to get treatments if you did 6 of those?
Okay, so you would go, and then it would take you, it was every 4 weeks.
Oh.
But the problem was your first 2 weeks, you're down. You're out. There's no, or maybe it was 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. I can't remember. But by the time you're just getting back to where you can stand up, walk, make yourself something to eat, and you feel kind of normal, it's time for you to go back in. Mm-mm. So for 6 months, you're in this weird space of you're there, but you're not there. And on top of that, I had kids watching it. I had a husband that didn't have a wife because I was just whatever. And he said, I always got so excited when I could hear the recliner pop, like I was getting up. And he said, I hear you go in the kitchen. I just let you, and you get your little pans out and eat. There was one meal I wanted that I could taste, because that's another thing. You lose all your taste. You cannot taste.
I didn't even think about that.
You can't taste anything, at least for a lot of people. In my case, there was zero taste. The only thing I could eat that I could taste was a pasta that I would make with Cajun seasoning.
So that was your go-to?
Every time. That was when I came out of it and I wanted to eat, that's what I made. And he said, I knew it was going to be a good day because I had a couple of days where you were there and you were functioning. And I would watch the Food Channel. That's all I wanted to watch because I couldn't taste anything.
Yeah.
And I'd want to watch.
Let me live through these
Let me live through, and that's what I do. And so, but I will say that was the worst time and the sweetest time, because, you go through and I'm a Christian. I'm doing all the right things. I'm saying all the right things. I'm doing what I need to do. But you're not truly walking, right? When you're holding death's hand, it puts you in a whole different space.
Yeah.
And you literally let go of everything else. And you're like, okay, well, I have a choice here. This is where I'm at. And I just knew, I was like, I'm not going to hold death's hand anymore. And so I was able to really come into focus with Christ. And really, physically, for the first time in my life, feel an actual, his presence holding. Like, I would lay in the bathtub as far down as I could lay, and I could look out my window, and there's pine trees, and you can see the tops. And I would just lay there, and I would just look at those pine trees, and that was just like my time. And I would just talk to God. Like, I just have conversations, like, and it was the sweetest time to be like, I can truly say for the first time in my life, I'm living out my faith. I know who I'm talking to. I know who he is. Like, and so I'm so thankful. Sometimes it takes stuff like that in life and, to get to that point of surrender.
Yeah.
And that's where I was.
Yeah.
So as bad as it was.
It's so sad, though, that it does have to get you to that place because we just live in this society of like, we're just trying to survive and we're just going with the motions.
Right.
But if we really stop and we're thinking, God can take this away from us in a second.
Absolutely.
And we are, like you said, you are looking at death. You are holding it, like you are right there.
Yep.
And you're like, no, my God's going to pull me through this.
Yeah.
What do people do without faith? I think of that often. I'm like, who the crap are you talking to? They're like, the university.
The universe ain't going to talk back, honey.
Stop it. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. No, I really don't know.
Talk to your creator.
I don't know. It makes me really sad because I know that there are a lot of people in that same situation right now that they don't know that they have a God they can talk to that can hold them.
Yeah.
And so, that's the sad part about it. But I did get through that. And then your last 6 are your like I said, you go in, you do the same process, but you're not going to be hopefully in the hospital every weekend getting fluids. And you start growing your hair back. And you can start seeing little things come back to life, because that's another thing with the hair situation. I think the hair kind of hit me more than the boobs because my hair was always my crazy point.
Yeah.
And
you always have fun with your hair.
I always had fun with my hair, but I think that was another part of stripping me down. You have to be stripped down to nothing to realize where your worth is from, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I remember it was a Sunday afternoon, and I came in and I had my hair up like this, and I went and took my scrunchie out. And when I did, a whole clump with it. I have a picture of it. And I stopped and I took a picture of my hair, and I was like, okay, this is it. And I said, girls, girl.
Come
get it. And so I'd already told Jordan, I was like, when
Let's
the time
do it as a
comes,
family.
we're doing it as a family. I'm going to let them have fun with it. Because again, they're little. I want them to understand we can go through hard times. It doesn't have to be the end.
Yep.
Like, we're going to push through this together. So we went out in the back porch and we started, let them cut, and he clipped it. And I think that was the worst point for him.
Is him having to do that?
Is him out in the pictures that I see, is you can just tell in his face. It was like, yep, this is real now. Like, this just got real.
Yeah, you can be so sick and you can be throwing up and you can be doing all that. But it's when physically, like, something changes, you're like, oh, shoot. Mm-hmm. Like, I can definitely see how that, like, because now it's in your face every day. Mm-hmm. Now I see it. Like, my wife is sick.
Right. It was a physical reminder.
Before
daily.
It's like, oh, you don't feel good. Like, okay, yeah. Even though it doesn't take away you're sick, but it's a different perspective.
1,000,000%.
So that's crazy. You have those pictures too that you can look back on.
I documented because I was like,
you're good at that.
And let me just say something about that.
Yeah, tell me.
I remember before this happened, I was taking a picture or something. We were at an event and there was some other people there. And this guy says to me, do you ever just live in the moment, or are you always taking pictures? Mm-mm. And I'll be honest, at the time it got...
You can tell me who that is when we're done recording.
I sure will. You might even know. But I looked at him and I was like, well, maybe he's right. Like, maybe I should... And then I started thinking, I was like, you know what, though? When I'm 80 years old, or even in 2 weeks, if I want to go back and live in this moment again and again and again and again, I can, because I have the pictures and I have videos that I can go back and relive those moments as much as I want. So yeah, I can live in the moment. And so I kind of let that go. And then I was like, I'm going to document everything, because I can go back and relive and be like, thank you, Jesus, for this time.
You know what you should have said to him? Well, I can't help that you're so old that you can't look back at your things, because you didn't even have any technology back then. Like, I don't know. I don't even know who the person is. It could have been your age. Who knows? But right, like, I think all the time, and I'm like, if our grandparents, and everybody had footage of stuff.
Oh, it would have been amazing.
How cool. That is home videos.
Right.
That is stuff that we're like, oh my God. Like, we still look through baby stuff of everyone.
All the time.
And we think it's the funniest time to sit and tell stories. And
it's that time of coming together again and looking at the good old days. Or just, my kids, listen, they will grab my phone in a heartbeat and look at video. They will sit there for hours.
And it's so fun to them. Yeah. Yes. So I'm glad you document everything. So screw all the people that have something to say about it, because y'all so lame.
Yeah.
So people pissing off.
Yeah, it kind of got to me a minute.
But it does make you think in the second. You're like, well, maybe they are right.
Yeah,
maybe I am a crazy. Why do I do all this stuff?
But that's why.
But you're like, I am created this way for a reason, and I'm taking advantage of getting all of this that I can. Yeah.
So that was separate side note, but I'm glad I documented too.
Yeah. So anybody that needs a document it for yourself.
Take them pictures.
You know what? And this is a thing that some people think, oh, you just want to share all this stuff with everybody else. No, there's probably 1,000 things that you have not posted.
Oh, for sure.
That you could, but you're like, no, just because I take a video and a picture of something doesn't mean I'm sharing it.
No.
There is a ton of stuff that we want as a family
to keep close.
And this is what it is. Bump it. If I do want to share everything with y'all, I might want to.
Yeah.
But that's your decision with your family.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, mind y'all's business.
Well, and I'm like, you don't even have to look at my stuff. Yeah. Just keep scrolling. If you don't want to see
delete me.
Delete me. Yeah, I don't.
Better yet, let me block you. Block. Yeah. I'm like, what's wrong with people?
Oh, goodness. Yeah. So.
That's sweet that you have all that. Yeah. And for your girls now.
Right.
So you were told, or did they just... What did they say to you about, like, if you decided that you wanted more children? What was that conversation?
Yeah. So in the very beginning, when I said I found out, immediately my mind went to, what about more kids? Because we had not had the conversation. And we did not have time to have that conversation.
Yeah.
They were like, you've got to do this, this, and this. And so our doctor with my oncologist, or the meeting with our oncologist, I said, now listen, here's where we're at. Like, we've not had the kids conversation, but can I freeze my eggs? What can I do? Like, and he was like, well, honestly, he said, you do not have time to go through all the egg retrieval and all that. You do not have that time. Dang. He said, the only thing I know you could probably do is, and I don't even know the name of the shot. He said, but they would give you a shot and it's a 50-50. Either it's going to work or it's not. And he said, that's just how this shot works. He said, basically what it does is it sends your body into menopause to try to, like, cover and make sure everything is protected.
So, menopause protects?
This is what he told me.
Oh.
Because it shuts everything down.
Oh. Okay.
And then when your body is good to wake up again, it brings it out and it wakes back up. Oh. And either your eggs were going to be protected and everything was going to be okay.
Or maybe not.
Or it's not.
Dang.
Like he said, and he said, honestly, the odds are not in your favor just because it's not how it usually goes. And he said, but if you want to do it, you're a good candidate, your age, everything, do it. And I said, okay. So we did that. And so, you know, you did
that with treatment?
With treatment.
Okay.
Well, so just the one shot.
Okay.
And it's before we started treatments. But you had to have it. It was a certain amount of time before the treatment started, so it would have time to go ahead and do it.
Well, good thing you asked, because what if you didn't ask and they didn't even give you that as an option?
Right. Well, so here's the crazy thing, though, about that. Menopause?
Yeah, it's for real.
I do not want to go back through it. I know I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
I do not look forward to that. Let me tell you something.
Are you not experienced, like, perimenopausal, like the premenopausal stuff yet?
I mean, here's my theory on that. Yeah. I don't think, maybe a little bit. I think because my body, and this is just my science.
Yeah. I like our personal science. We know our bodies.
Yeah. For 2 years, 3 years, however long it was.
Yep.
2 years. I think maybe I'm a little like on the back end. So,
you might be.
You know what I mean? So it might start happening in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And that might not be how it works at all. But I feel like in the next couple of years, I feel like I'll be fully into it. The reason why I don't say I am now, and maybe it's just because I went straight to menopause and had all the menopausal symptoms. Mm-hmm. I've not experienced anything like that yet.
Yeah.
Those are dramatic.
Yeah.
They come out of nowhere. I was literally, and I think you've known me long enough, I'm cold all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm just cold-natured.
Yeah.
I was riding down the road. This was after my surgery. So I have nothing to show. I had ripped my shirt off.
Oh my gosh.
Mom's driving. I was so hot. I had the windows down and Mom's going, Lauren, like there are people looking. Like
you're like, looking at what?
I have nothing to see. There's nothing here to see. And so, but I was so hot. It was horrible. And so, yeah, I definitely went through that. And so went through all the things. And I just, in my head too, after going through what I went through, I was like, there's no way. My body, I don't know how I'm even still breathing.
Honestly, you probably won't even experience it like that because you'll be like, my body's been through too much. If y'all dare try to mess with my hormones, it's going to feel like a little bump in the road. It's not going to be.
I hope that's the case.
I hope so for you too.
Because it was bad. But so after everything happened and I came through everything, I had not experienced a period. There was nothing.
Oh, I never thought about that.
There was nothing I had, like, you know what I mean? So I was like, well, menopause. So I had them do a panel on me to tell me what my levels were and all the things. So she called me back. She's like, yeah, like everything is showing like you're in menopause. You know, your body did not respond. Oh my gosh. And so, you know, I'm like, okay, well, just thanks for letting me know. At least I know where I'm at. Yeah. So I can start living life, right? Because that was the thing. Like at the time before I had been on birth control and then we decided not to go back. That's a whole different story, but we don't do birth control. Yeah. And so I needed to know because I was like, well, I'm not going to be on birth control or anything. So if there is a chance I could get pregnant, I need to kind of know that. Right. So once she told me like, no, there's no, you know, you're done. Your body is done. I was like, okay, well, at least we know. Yeah. So we were just living life. Like there was no, you know, nothing. We were just living life. Yep. I was glad to be alive. Yeah. He was glad I was alive.
I know. Seriously.
Like, and so we almost went back to a phase of like, we were like new, you know, married couple again. Yeah. And we were just, so it was.
Yeah, girl, you're having a good time.
Yeah, it was a sweet time. And so we actually were at the beach. And when I get pregnant, I eat more, like immediately. I don't mean to fast, but I don't usually eat but like 1 meal a day. Let's just be real. That's just how I've always been. And maybe I'll eat some dinner, you know, when I cook and stuff, but usually I'll eat 1 big meal a day and that's how I've always been. But when I'm pregnant, from the minute I wake up, I'm eating like instantly. So we were at the beach and we had like one of those crab where you put all the stuff out on the table. Mm-hmm. And I just enjoyed that. Like I was just like eating, didn't think one thing about it. And I went downstairs.
Did anybody else think anything?
So I went downstairs to put on my pajamas and Kenzie comes downstairs.
Which is their oldest.
Our oldest.
Okay, so she's very aware.
Yes. And so she came out and she kind of put her head in the room and she kind of looked around the corner. She said, "Hey, Mom, you ate a whole lot tonight."
Oh my gosh.
And then just walked away.
So I just want to let you know, you are doing the most.
You're being a big back right now. Yeah. Like, thank you for that.
Big back's going around.
And so I was like, what in the world? Why would she? And then I was like, no.
Oh my God.
It's like, no, I was just hungry. We're at the beach. Like, I was hungry. But you know, that seed had been planted again, like little things people say. And I'm like, so I just sat there a minute and I was like, okay, what else have I been experiencing? Because I have no breast. So I can't have
because
sore
you
breast.
would have tenderness.
Yep, I didn't have any of that. I had not been sick one time.
No nausea.
No nothing. There was no indication.
And it's not like I stopped bleeding.
I had not had a period.
You had not had a period.
No.
What?
There was zero anything for me to know. Except I was being a big bat, apparently, at 1 meal.
Like, I ate too many crab legs. Okay.
And so Cassie was with us at the beach. And
what a cool full circle moment of like now her starting her family.
Our girl. And so I was like, I got to go to Walmart. We needed sunscreen anyway. So I was like, I needed I needed support. I needed someone with me so I would not completely be like, this is like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. So we got in the car and we're driving. I said, Cassie.
Oh my gosh.
I said, listen, we're going to Walmart's because I need some, sunscreen. And she's like, I do too. And so I was like, great. I said, and a pregnancy test. And she said, and what now? And I said, I need to get a pregnancy test. And she said, I don't know how to buy those.
Do I need an ID?
I said, good. You don't need to know how to buy it, but you're just going to be with me for my support. And she was like, okay. Like, she was completely like,
how old
what
is
do we
she
do?
at this time?
I want to say she was like 17.
Oh, yeah, she's young. Yeah.
Maybe 16, 17.
So she knows what's up, but it's still like, to girls too, it's like an embarrassment. Almost.
Oh, yeah. She was like, she didn't even want to be on the aisle.
She's like, I am not at the register with you because I don't want them to think it's mine.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like a girl thinking.
I think she was like 16 or 17. Mm-hmm. I might be wrong, but because it's been 6 years ago, and I think she's like, 23 now? So anyway, do the math, people. I don't know.
Yeah.
She was old enough to be going on the pregnancy aisle.
Yeah.
So we went, I got it, and I said, now listen, don't act like you know a thing. Oh. Don't say a word. And so we get back, and she goes upstairs, and then I go to I immediately go to the bathroom.
Can I just pause and say, isn't it so funny as a woman that has to go take a pregnancy test, we want to surprise our spouse with the news. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, I'm going to go take the test.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to find out. And then I'm going to like set up something and I'm going to tell them. Like, I just think we are psycho. We are like, it's just funny to me, but every woman's like that.
I think for us as women, we want to know so we can process for a minute.
Probably. Yes. Yeah.
And maybe not all. Maybe people have them in there with them. I don't know. But for me, it was like, I need to respond to this on my own first.
Yeah. For sure. I see that too.
And so, because honestly, at this point, I was like, there's no way though. Mm-hmm. And so I was setting myself up for disappointment, and I needed to grieve that.
Yeah, because if you tell him and then y'all both are sad.
I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to grieve this on my own. Mm-hmm. And I really, at that point, because I had not grieved that yet, that process of we're not ever having any more babies. I had not let myself feel that yet. Yeah. We were still just in the like having fun phase, just being alive.
Because you're here.
Because I'm here. Uh-huh. And so I knew that was going to be something I had to deal with later, but I had not done that yet. Mm-hmm. And so going in there and taking the test, the first one failed. It was the one that read it, like it'll say pregnant or not pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other one was just like the lines. And I
was
like,
what did it say on it?
So I just got, and it said error.
What?
And I was like, what does this even mean? And I was so mad because I just wanted to tell me. I was like, I don't want to look at lines. Yeah. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to have to take the lined one. Like,
wow. I didn't even know that would be an option.
I didn't know error was an option either.
Yeah.
And so I took it and I put it, and then I put my pajamas back on because I had changed to go to the Walmarts. And then I was like...
By the way, Lauren's always said Walmart's. It's not, not anything new.
Walmart.
Yeah. Walmart's going to be listening and thinking, what store is this? I'm just kidding.
The Walmart.
Yeah.
And so when I went back, I mean, it was clear as day. Like...
Pink.
Dark. Oh my
God.
And I said, and I did a double take, and I was like, no. And I literally fell to my knees. Like... instantly fell to my knees, sobbing, praising. Like, it was a whole, like, praise moment with just me and God.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, no, wait, I need to go check this again, make sure I just didn't have a praise moment for no reason. And sure enough, I picked it up. And, I mean, you could not have gotten any darker.
That's crazy.
So, in that moment, I texted Cassie, and I sent her a picture. And I said, it's real. Like, this is happening.
That's crazy.
I said, don't breathe a word. Do not say a thing.
First of all, she is probably upstairs with your family.
She was on the couch.
She's like,
she's on the couch.
Now she's got me over here wanting to scream. And she's like, shh, don't say nothing.
She did. And then I walk upstairs. That's the funnier part. Oh, so then I go upstairs and I'm just like, and she's going, and I'm just like, nothing. So I didn't want to tell everybody at that minute.
Wow.
I wanted to tell Jordan, obviously. And so what I did is he does his devotion every night like, I have a thing where I don't like to go to sleep, but like if he's asleep, I like to go to sleep while he's awake. And that's usually his devotion time, his podcast time. So he'll lay in the bed and do all that. So I knew he was going to be doing his devotion. So I turned in his Bible to the, was it Jeremiah, where it says, I knew the plans before you. And and I put the pregnancy test in that.
Oh, you went ahead of time, put it in this. Wow.
Yeah, and I put it in the word, literally the word.
Wow.
And so when he got the Bible and got in bed, and he was like, what is it? And he turned, and the pregnancy test was there on the scripture.
Oh my gosh.
He was
what?
Like, and he looked at me and he was like, is this a joke? And I was like, no. And he was like, you're sure? And I was like, and so it was just.
Yeah, because you cannot take, it's like this, what is it in your urine? It's like
it cannot be a fake positive.
Yeah, it can't.
It's be a negative, but it cannot be a fake positive.
Yeah.
And so it was just the craziest time, like all around. And then telling my parents, I took them individually on walks on the beach and my papa.
Aww.
And so being able to like have that one-on-one time with all of them. And Dad said, where are you going to get this baby from? Like, he was so confused. Where are you going to get this baby? Because he didn't think I could have babies. And I told him we were having a baby.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like,
so
where are you
going to
get this baby
I'm
from?
pregnant.
No,
I said, we're having a baby.
I said, we're having another baby. And he said,
he's like, no, who the heck is carrying this child?
He said, where are you getting the baby from? And I said, Daddy, I'm pregnant. He said, how?
Yeah, everybody's in shock.
And I was like, I know it's a lot, but apparently they're wrong. They were wrong. And so sure enough, like I went, everything was perfect. I think I was like almost 14
Did you go
weeks.
back to your doctor?
So I went, we actually had one of my checks, because I was on every 3 month check still then. And when I told him, he was like, are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
And I was like, no. He's like, I only know of one other person ever in this practice. And he said, I'm so excited for you. And I said, now listen, is this baby going to come out with like 10 heads? And like, because I was really jacked up. I had a lot of stuff. He was like, no, like you're going to be fine. Like,
oh my gosh.
So, and then fast forward to, we've had 2.
That's so crazy.
And I think even with her, even though I think we were trying for this one, like it was an actual, we're going to try one more time. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
But we're going to try. And
did your period come back?
So eventually after Cashton, it started back.
Okay.
And that's how we ended up getting pregnant with Sutton, because I've never been able to track.
Yeah.
I was never one of those on the ever. And so it was really weird, because after Cashton, it came back and it was very to the day. Like
super
I could
consistent.
track. And I was like, well, I'm thankful for that. And so I was like, so if that's the case, maybe I could track and figure out when to get pregnant. And so that's what we did. And first time, like it was, so I was like, okay, thank you, Lord. Like
that's cool.
Yeah. And so, but still you're like, this is happening again. How is this happening again?
That's crazy.
And so, 6 sweet babies later, we're here.
That is nuts.
I'm a different mommy, obviously, now than I was, because I did not nurse. Obviously, I couldn't. But talking about the donor milk.
Yeah, that is huge. And I think for women that like can't nurse, but you want to nurse, you're like, there is another alternative. You just have to get in those communities and have the conversations.
Yes. I don't think I realized, like, and maybe like you said, you weren't in that space.
Yeah.
When you don't have to be in a space, you're not going to be in a space.
Yeah.
So when I was nursing all the other ones, like I wasn't thinking about, I need donor milk, or I need to, and I never was able to pump enough to have, like I was not a good pumper either. Like I was pretty just strictly nursing. And so I was never even thought about being able to donate, because I couldn't. I didn't have enough to donate.
Same.
And so it was so like, that was I will say, when I found out I was pregnant with Cashton, that was one of my biggest concerns, was how am I going to feed her? Because formula was not going to be an option for me.
Yep.
There's just, anyway, that's a whole different conversation. And even then, I'm sure there was more organic formulas, but even then I didn't know. And they're way more expensive and all the things. And so I was like, what are we going to do? And so our midwife, we ended up going with a midwife for both the last births. And she was like, we're going to get you milk. Don't
That's
you
awesome.
worry. And she was so good about calling out all her people and being like, hey, I have this mama and here's her story. And literally for both babies, I was able to, I think Cashton was 5 months old and Sutton we just stopped with, and we've gone to an organic formula.
Yeah.
And so, that's a blessing
That's awesome.
for women to do that.
Yeah. That's so
takes
awesome.
a community.
Do you still have any breast milk at all left over from the donors?
I have one bag.
So you could use it in an emergency.
I could, but here's the thing with that bag. I don't, how when mamas, we're just eating and we don't know what we're eating and how it's going to affect. That one bag did something with her Sutton's, like you could tell she was fussier.
Oh, so
I think it was something she ate in that bag of milk. So I have it just in case, but I was like, if I don't have to, because it does make her
maybe
fussier.
it could be like a thing, like she has a skin something, right? And you can use it on her skin or something. Because breast milk is really
shampoo,
good.
Yeah. Even for women mixing it with, a base lotion or something. Yeah, you can use it in anything. Your bath, make a milk bath. Yeah. So I might end up doing something like that with her.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. What a crazy story, though. It's wild when I think about this dumb stuff all the time. And I'm like, I'm just driving down the road, like, keep minding my business. And you got all these people passing you, and you're just thinking, like, we have a story, an individual story of our own, but all these thousands of other people around me are going through it too.
Everybody has something.
And it is like when you sit and think and have conversations, you're just like, how did you survive it? How did you go through it? What did you do? Like, you know what I mean? You just like, how? Yeah. And it's amazing how people pull through in different like hard times, because everyone's way of pulling through is very different. Right. But I just think it's amazing how you did it.
Well, and like I said,
how
community.
Your husband did it, how Jordan really came through too.
And I don't think we give enough credit to husbands. I mean, I know men get breast cancer too. That's a thing, but obviously more women.
First of all, I have never in my life heard that.
Yeah.
Well, they do have tissue.
Yeah.
And they do have breasts.
Yep.
Guys.
It's just not like
it's a different
as known.
But I've never heard of that.
There is a percentage.
What?
Yeah. So men have to check too.
Did you learn that whenever you were going through your treatments? Like that was just something, or that was something you've always heard of in the past?
No, I had never thought about that.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, here's the crazy part.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law has breast cancer. She's had it since before we got married. She was diagnosed, I think, a year or two before we got married.
Wow.
And so she had breast cancer. We walked in breast cancer awareness things for her.
Wow.
Like I had another friend that she's only a year older than me, that just passed this year, that she has had.
Oh my gosh, your neighbor.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so like I knew people, but it wasn't like, again, we don't think about things if we've not gone through them.
Right.
It's like it does not affect you until it affects you.
Yes.
And so you don't think about learning, and there's so much now, even with like, that'd be a whole different podcast. But
yeah, you can come back on. We'll have a part 2 because it is. The more you start talking about it, you're like, we need to talk about this. We need to cover this. This needs to be a thing. It does. Yeah.
Because there is a lot of things I'd probably do different with treatments at this point. And
I was going to ask you, people were like, I would go to Mexico and I would do all the things.
There's a lot.
Alan's like, Amber, if you ever get sick, we're shipping you off. Like we are sending you to do blah, blah, blah. I live in my own bubble. Mm-hmm. So like you said, if it doesn't affect you, it just doesn't affect you until it touches you. Right. And so I don't look into that. I think it just like messes with my anxiety. But Alan has read so much and heard so much that he's like, this is what we would do. So maybe we need to talk about that.
Well, and Jordan, when this diagnosis came through, this is the crazier part. He immediately was like, what are we going to do? You can't have chemo. And I said, what do you mean? Like, that's the only way. He's like, Lauren, like, there's treatments for this. Like, there are actual treatments. They're out there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then, you're told you're crazy. We had people, you're crazy. That's nonsense talk. There's no treatment for cancer. Like, there's so much. And so at the time I was like, listen, I know what you're saying, but this is the only thing we have, and I need to live right now. Like, I'll deal with the consequences. I just need to know that I'm doing something to help.
Yeah.
And so we look back, and would I have done it differently? I don't know that I've done the whole thing differently, but I do think that there are things now that I know for a fact I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I would have said no to that. I would do this.
Yeah.
And so, that's a whole different.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And you don't know what you don't know. It's like you've done childbirth with drugs. You've done childbirth naturally. First of all, Lauren, I told her I need a Superwoman shirt for her. I'm like, every woman that has had childbirth in a natural way. I had drugs and I was still in so much pain. I'm yelling and screaming at everybody and they think I'm the nut job. And I'm like, do you see that I have a human coming out of me right now?
Any mother deserves
It's
Superwoman
crazy,
shirt.
but you having, I didn't know, you can have birth, you guys, in a calm atmosphere,
oh my gosh,
in water, and let your body do what it's, you know what I mean? But you're in a room that's like sterile and lights, and you got students coming in to watch. No. Can they come in and see? It's just cold, you know, and it just sends me through like, why didn't we know more then? But like when you're pregnant, I believe every woman should be like, hey, there's options for your pregnancy. Let's talk about them.
That's the thing. Just give options.
Yeah. It's like, nope, you go to the OB, you go to the doctor. This is what we do. We're going to.
It's a checklist.
Yeah. That's it. We're going to schedule you. We're not. We're going to induce you. We're not. You know, and I'm like, hey, that's all you know. Your mama did it that way. Your grandma did it that way. Yeah. It's like, it's what you do.
Yeah. Well, so that was a whole different. If I could go back, I would. If this is one thing I would say, if I could go back and change the way I birthed my first 4, I would have done home birth all day long.
Yeah.
Now listen, let me preface with this. It is not for everyone because every woman has different things medically that they deal with or whatever. You got to make sure that you're cleared for it.
Yes.
So I will say that up front. There are certain situations, especially like in your case with type 1 and all the things, if you need to be monitored. But even in that's the thing is even in hospitals, you should hold the power. Mm-hmm. That's where I want women. And this is where if I can go into like a different space, and I feel like this is the space I'm being called into for women, but you should hold the power. Mm-hmm. You go into that room. Yes, you are in a hospital, but you tell them, I want this. I don't want this. And you don't question me. I am here in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
But if there's no emergency, you're not going to intervene.
Yeah.
And that is, I would say, if you're on the verge of like, you want more of a natural birth. Oh, did it cut off?
I knew it. Yeah.
Oh, your battery died?
Yeah, the battery died. Let me get a new battery. Keep talking because I can just put a picture in audio.
Okay. So, but what I was saying is like, you do not have to give in to just what they want you to do because they are telling you that that is what needs to be done. And I think too many times women do not feel, well, number one, you're usually in you're in a space where you're dealing with pain in the moment. And unless you have someone by your side that's going to speak up on behalf of you and what you would want them to say, it's just easier to say like, no, we'll just go with what you're telling us because we're here. And so that would be the first thing is I feel like women need to understand you can hold the power in whatever situation that means. Yeah. If you're in the hospital, if you're at a birthing center, if you're at home, wherever, you should hold that 100%. That power.
I was at the doctor with, I think it was Maddox or Cruz. I can't remember. Probably Maddox. And this was when we were at the place of like learning more about vaccinations. And they were like coming in, they were like, all right, we're going to do all his shots today, blah, blah, coming all this stuff. And I was like, well, now I was not prepared for that. I was like, so tell me, do I have a choice in which ones I do? And they're like, yeah, I mean, you don't have to do any today, or you can do whichever ones you want to. And I was like, I choose, I ain't doing none of them.
Yeah, not today.
And she was like, oh. And then the doctor comes in. He's like, so I heard that, you're not going to do. And I was like, yeah, we don't need to be doing all that today. Like, I was like, I want to leave and I want to read what all this is that you're about to give my child.
Right.
So I was just like, one, I wasn't prepared. Two, I'm like, first of all, it's going to make him crazy and cry. I don't want to see him cry. Like, it just became like that for me.
Yeah.
And then when I left that appointment, I told Alan, I said, you know what I told them people today? I said, we ain't doing no shots today. And he was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, and they listened to me.
Which is crazy.
Like, so I left feeling
Empowered.
Yes. I was like, oh, now I thought I was sassy before.
Yeah.
I was like, yes. I was like, let me tell these doctors what I ain't going to do. And that's the day I felt I have to advocate for me and my child.
1,000,000%.
And after that, we were just like, oh.
Yeah.
We do have power. Mm-hmm. And then when I would have the conversations with people, they're like, yeah, you could have been doing that the whole time. I'm like, no, I just thought I had to do what they were saying. And they're like, you don't have to do anything that they're telling you to do. And then in 2020, when the whole world shut down, we were just going to normal private practice. No, I guess it wouldn't be a private practice. It's just a regular
like doctor's office.
Doctor. What do you call it for your kid? Pediatrician. And I was like, and you got to do all the things and the school wants X, Y, and Z. And I was like, no, we don't do that though. So what can we do to have the power over this situation? So I'm like, okay, well now we go to a holistic private practice doctor and they're like, we can write what, you know what I mean?
Exemptions.
Like, yes. Yeah. So it just became, I was like, I have control. Mm-hmm. That was even when the boys were in daycare. That was when now they're in school. And the school even was like, oh, you did what? I was like, yeah, so here's my paper.
Here's what it is.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this feels so good.
So good.
This feels so good. And you just have to advocate 100%. Speak
and
up.
More people do it than don't. You might not know it.
But you don't hear it.
You don't hear it, which I think we should talk more about, like in the community, like it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's more people that do not want than do.
Yeah.
And are learning more factual information.
Yeah.
So I think that's good.
Yeah.
But with the home birth thing, like that for us with Jordan being a firefighter back in the day, it was like, well, what if this goes wrong? What if this goes wrong?
Yeah.
What if this goes wrong? But you look up information and there's far more things that go wrong in a hospital setting than home birth settings.
Yeah.
When you do your research on it. Mm-hmm. And so my whole thing with him, when getting him on board was like, listen, I've been through what I've been through. I'm tired of being at the hospital. Mm-hmm. Like, as far as my body, like I've had all the checkup, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
There is nothing holding me from trying this. Like, worst case scenario, our midwife up until a point can be like, yeah, I think we might need to just go ahead and admit you or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I said, but I really want to try this. And when I tell you, it was the best experience of my life.
Yeah,
both
so
times.
Cool.
Yes, 1,000,000%. And women do not know how, again, I hate using the word powerful because I don't want it to be like a godly thing, but he literally gives you as a woman the power to carry a child, 9 months, 10 months technically, to birth a child, to feed a child, to do all the things.
Yep.
Why would he not carry you through a birthing process?
Yeah.
And that's where I want women to be like, okay, the child's not in a great optimal position. There is usually a midwife that can help with that in a different way rather than using a vacuum or going into an immediate C-section. Okay, they say the child is too big. Well, they say the child's too big. Yeah. Midwives can help with that too. There are certain positions you can get in. Your body is made to deliver a child.
Yeah.
And when you really look into all the behind the scene things in a hospital setting and you realize the root of it, it's like, do they want the best for me and my baby?
It's a turn off for sure.
Or is it they want this? Yeah. And so, again, I'm not saying it's for everyone, and there are certain situations where you got to do what you got to do. But if you are a healthy, overall healthy woman, don't cheat yourself out of an experience.
Oh, yeah,
because it is a spiritual. It is a spiritual, physical. It's an everything. I can't even explain it. Like, and it's a pain that you feel, but knowing there is joy. Like in that last moment, you're going to have joy from that pain. Yeah. And it's just the most.
That's so cool.
Beautiful. Yeah. It was perfect. Like when I say it was perfect, for me, it was perfect.
Oh.
Like, yeah. And I want to empower other women.
Another thing too, the umbilical cord.
Oh, yeah.
In the hospital,
clip.
They're cutting it right away.
Yeah.
Like, you wait till it's white. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Wait till it's white, people.
Yeah,
please.
get all
those good nutrients out. Yes.
Yeah. I'm like...
And I know that sounds hippie-ish, like,
but again,
that's what we were created. Like, he created us for a reason, and those nutrients, that core blood, like, that is so important for their little bodies.
Yeah.
Like, we need to do that more. And again, in the hospital, if you're in the hospital, you can tell them, do not cut this cord until it's white.
Yep. And they'll just say, okay.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, oh my gosh, no. Do you know what I mean? Because they also are not stupid. They know that that's an option.
Around. There's a lot of nurses that are learning.
They're just not going to push that. They're like, oh no, we're going to have your baby. You're going to get it done. We're going to clean it up and we're going to get you moved to the other room because we got more people that are coming in here. Like, I am like, oh my gosh, treat me like... Yeah. Like, I'm just not the next person. Like,
and you can do it in a way that's not, like, condescending or ugly, but you can just be like, listen, this is really my birth plan. Y'all want usually a birth plan. This is what I want. And it's very simple. I want to deliver, and I want my baby in my arms immediately. The cord turns white. We cut the cord, and then let us be. Like, that's the whole thing. And that's another thing I don't know if you probably remember. But when you deliver in a hospital, it feels like to me every 5 seconds they're in and out, in and out, in and out. If the baby is good and the mama is good, you don't need to take my temperature every 5 minutes.
I know.
You don't need to take my blood pressure every 5 minutes. Like, you just don't.
It is a checklist.
It's a check. And I understand they have to do that. I get it. But again, with the home birth, it's a whole different experience completely. You have that time to just be with you and your baby and your husband, and you're in your bed and you're cuddly.
So sweet.
And you're like, they call it the golden hour. Like, you have that just time to just breathe and your body is already healing. Like, that is, and I think that's really important for women especially, to get your body jumpstart and get that healing process going. Yeah. And so there's just so much. That's a whole different podcast.
Well, we're going to come back with it. I think Lauren, I'll invite her back. We'll see if she accepts or not. But I think that would be a really good podcast. You can talk more about the breast milk and that whole situation, how that really went down, finding a midwife.
Yeah, because that's a process.
Speaking, like advocating through that process too. Like, I mean, just all of it. Yeah. We can make a list and go through it. I want to make sure we did go over the list. Oh, I want to know an embarrassing story. I love doing this because these are good clips from the internet. But yeah, like, what is something that's happened to you that you're just like, you know what? People do know this. They don't know this, whatever. Share something really good and juicy.
So, okay. So there's, I don't know which one I should go with because they're both. So I've never had like an embarrassing. Now you might remember one of me. I don't remember when I was like young. If there was something
we got
like
too many embarrassing stories.
But it wasn't like everybody knew. You know what I mean? It wasn't like you were standing in a crowd and something happened and embarrassing.
Yes.
So my embarrassing story, both of them, which I'm trying to figure out which one to tell. Oh, goodness. The girls wanted me to share the gummy one.
Yeah.
I had a different one, but I'll share the gummy one.
Okay.
And I'll try to like make it quick. So this was just a couple of years ago. So I had been outside with them and they were on their play set swinging. And so I was going to be the good mom, and be like, I'll play with you.
Yes.
And so I went to swing. And when I did, instead of sitting on the swing, I don't know how this happened. I went straight to the ground.
Oh, the swing
I
came
missed
out.
the swing. I went straight to the ground. And when I hit, when I tell you everything in my body, I feel like shifted up because
that's your tailbone.
Tailbone, spine, shoulders, everything jacked up. Like, I was like, what in the world? I was in so much pain. When I tell you so much pain, and I can handle pain. We just talked about it. Yeah. I can birth a baby and I'm fine. But this pain right here was something way different. And so it was in this like shoulder area.
They're like, please don't ever come out here and play with us.
They were like, go inside, Mom. Like, we don't need you to play. And so they're just laughing at me. They're like, what are you doing?
You're fine.
So I was like, I'm going to go inside. I'll be all right. But literally for the next like week, I could not sleep because I couldn't roll. I would wake up. It was horrible. So I tried all these natural remedies to like, because I'm like, I'm not going to the doctor. I'm not getting x-ray. I ain't doing any of that. I'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
Did you go to the chiropractor?
Nothing. I did nothing. Like, I'm just, so I can't
You're
go to the chiropractor. I can't handle cracks.
Oh,
like
crack.
You and Jordan, honey, he cracks
I'm
our
like,
children every
crack
night.
everything.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
can come join the cracking train because they all line up and they get cracked. Probably not the best advisement there, but he's half chiropractor too.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so no, I didn't do anything, and I'm not taking medicine. Like I'm not doing it. Like I'm just suffering through,
fighting it.
So finally, I don't even know if it was him. I forget who said it, but they're like, you could probably get some of that CBD stuff.
Oh.
The healing stuff.
Is this gummy?
Yeah. And you could probably get some relief. And I'm like, well, now, is that going to make me like high? Like, I'm completely, and y'all, when I tell you, I'm not trying to sound like a goody two shoes. I might have had a beer back in my day, but I never did a drug.
Yeah.
Like, I have never done drugs. I have never touched them, nothing. I've been in the presence, but I said no to drugs. So
what was it? Dare told me no.
That's
Say
right.
no to
Say
drugs.
no to drugs. So I said no. So I'm completely clean as far as that goes. However, all the drugs they pump me, full of during treatments, I have been drugged up.
Yeah.
I know what like that kind of medical high feels like, out of body. And so, but I also became almost a tolerance to it.
Oh.
Because I am pain tolerant, number one, and then usually anything they give me, it didn't touch me a lot.
I can see that.
It just didn't.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, he's like, I really think you'll be fine because you think of all the other stuff you've been on. So we go to this store. I won't call the name of it. Really nice store, by the way. Really nice
Is it in downtown?
No, it's
Concord
in...
area?
It's in Kannapolis on Delaware.
Oh, it's in Kannapolis. Okay. There's a lot of little.
I mean, I could call it out. They're really nice people, but I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't know if I know where that one is.
So, it's near the Party House.
Oh, okay.
Varsity. So if you're local, it's near the Party House. You probably know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so it's on a Sunday afternoon. So first of all, I'm in my best dressed, right, on a Sunday afternoon, and we roll up, and because he's like, I'm off the next 2 days. So if you're going to do something, tonight's the night. Because I'm home the next 2 days, you'll be fine. Okay. So I go in there and I'm like, hey, y'all, like,
I need some drugs.
I need something heavy. And so she immediately, as soon as I walked in, she was like, this girl is clearly lost. Like, what is wrong?
Yeah.
And she's like, may I help you? And I was like, yes, I've had an incident and I'm just in a lot of pain. And I've heard maybe I'll have something that can help with that naturally. And she said, well, now, is it sleeping or is it pain? And I said, well, yes. I said, the problem is when I try to sleep at night and I go to roll over, it wakes me up because I'm in so much pain. And she said, I got what you need. I said, great. So I go over there and she pulls these things down and she says, now listen, you probably only need a fourth.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I said, she was like, your size, you've never done anything, like you just need a fourth. I said, yes, ma'am. And I'm very much I'm going to do it. And so I get in the car and I immediately start YouTubing. Like this particular gummy. And I want to see the side effects. Like, I want to see people taking this gummy and what it does to them. Well, I'm not kidding you. These people are popping like 2 and 3 of these things. And I'm like, what are they doing? Like, and they're like, yeah, it feels good. Like, just feels like another day on a high. And I'm like, okay, well, they seem to be good. They seem to be feeling nothing. So I want to feel like that.
Yeah.
So we get home and I'm like, but I'm going to do this tonight. When I can just take it and then just like go to bed, like chill. So we're upstairs, we're watching our family movie or whatever. And he was like, okay, you probably can go ahead and take it. And I said, okay. And I go to cut it. And he was like, why are you cutting it?
Stop it.
And I said, well, the girl told me I needed to take a fourth.
Oh my gosh, Jordan.
And he's like, you're fine. And then Kenzie goes, Mom, you're fine. Just take the whole thing.
Oh. First of all, the oldest child in your husband's like, take
peer pressure. They never told you about family peer pressure.
Yeah.
They told you about the bullies in school. They didn't tell you about the family peer pressure.
People right under your own roof.
So I'm like, well, and he's like, listen, I'm going to be home. You are in severe pain. This is your chance to try to get some good rest. And he said, you've taken other drugs. They don't do nothing to you. Like, just take the gummy. And I was like, well, okay. So I took the gummy.
Yeah, it's delicious.
And yeah, it really was actually.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is a great treat.
It's like a blue raspberry. Very yummy. So I take it. I sit there another 30 minutes. And he's like, how you feeling? I'm like, literally nothing. Like, I'm ticked at this point. I'm like, I have tried everything. What am I going to do? So I'm like, I'm going to bed because I'm going to go take my bath. And I'm going to bed because I'm over it. And so he's like, all right. So I get up, go take my bath.
Yeah, everybody was like hoping to see something.
They were all like this. Like, what? I don't know what they would want me to like climb the walls or like just want to eat them. I don't know what. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I go downstairs, get in the bed. And this is where it goes a little sideways.
Yeah, how long now?
So it's probably been almost an hour.
Okay, all
but
right.
now the people on the YouTubes, they say like 30 minutes. And
Okay.
they were already feeling like a thing. And so it had been 30 minutes past. So it's been about an hour at this point. So I get in the bed. And I always keep my TV on because I'll fall asleep. I have to sleep with the TV on. And so I have my Hallmark channel on. And at some point, I'd go into this light sleep. Light enough to be asleep without being asleep. Well, girl.
First of all, I'm at the whole gummy because I take these and have.
You take these?
Yes,
Girl.
But I've switched to these to something else. I have these on back. I have these on reserve just because they.
Does it really work though if you take it the right way?
Oh, the best.
Well, maybe I need to go back to a fourth.
Yes,
Because I throw
yeah,
them to
because
the devil.
I literally was like, that is what they told. They're like, this is all you need,
Well.
and it does mess with you because you're kind of thinking that ain't gonna be enough. Okay, continue.
Okay, so I'm in my, which Jordan says now, he was like, you were where you needed to be. The problem was you were just, because if you would have just taken the fourth, you would have stayed in that realm.
Yeah.
He said the problem there
You
was
OD'd.
you OD'd. And you were just starting your ride. Okay. So when he comes in, and when I tell you the details are so like, they're so blurry, but yet these ones I'm going to give you are very vivid.
Oh my God.
He came in, and I don't know if he turned on the light or if he's a very heavy, he don't think he's just throwing stuff in
No soft movement.
No. Yeah. So when he came in, something he did, and when I tell you I sat straight up.
Oh my gosh.
I sat straight up. And he said, he had to have said, like, are you good? And I was just like, what is going on?
Oh my.
And Amber, when I tell you, I really think I was in hell. Like, I think I was this close to hell. Like, it was the darkest.
Oh.
It was, and he said, all I kept saying is, I need you to pray with me. I need you to pray this out of me. I need you to come pray with me. He said I was crisscross applesauce, like in the middle of the bed.
Oh my gosh.
Like saying, pray with me, Jordan. Pray with me, Jordan.
I'm dead.
Like, he said, I really thought you were going to start like levitating. Sorry.
He's like, I told her to take this whole thing down.
Yeah.
She is crazy.
He was like, I knew I had messed, like, it was bad.
Oh my God.
And he was like, I thought, and then I said, I'm going to die of fentanyl. Like,
First of all.
they laced it. I was saying they laced it. This is where I'm going to die. They've laced it.
Yeah,
and
you're in the crazy zone.
I have never been in this space.
Never do that much again.
When this, and I know that this is going to sound real crazy, but I believe in the other, like the supernatural of there is a demon world. Mm-hmm. And there's
there's crazy.
I believe I was in that realm of if something had to come up to me, like I was so there.
Oh
and I was just like, I got to get out of here. But it's that
the way
feeling,
you remember it too.
Oh my gosh. It brings you back to it. And I told him, I was like, it was like a ride you were on and couldn't get off.
Oh, stop.
It was, and if you've ever had a panic attack, where you know there's no getting out of this until you're out of it.
Yep.
Like you have to ride it out.
Yep.
And so I just knew, and then I was hyperventilating. I was like, I need a bag. And I was blowing in a bag. And then I started to throw up.
You threw
Girl,
up?
I'm telling you. Again, TMI for everybody
So
out
I
there.
would have said this. Take it. You're supposed to really take it and just go right to bed. Take it, go to sleep, go nighty night.
I would have woke up in a nightmare.
If you
That's what
took the
I did.
right amount.
If I took the right
But
amount,
yes,
I would have been
you
fine.
were like out and then he shocked you and you were like, bah! Like crazy town. You threw
So,
up.
not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times. I continually threw up for probably an hour.
Oh my gosh, Lauren.
On top of that, because I am a mother of 6 and my bladder is not always the best. Every time I throw up,
you're peeing.
I'm peeing myself. So then I'm getting in the bathtub. He said I was getting in and I was like splashing. Like, it was horrible. And I'd get out and I'd be like, I need you to pray with me. I need you to pray with me. And he said, honestly, at one point, he did have a friend on speed dial.
Just in case.
I don't know what's going on. Like, do I need to call? He's like, I really felt like you were okay because I knew where you were at and I knew that you were going to have to come down. But I didn't know how that was going to happen because you had not come down and it had been 3 hours.
Holy crap. What time of night is this?
So it was only probably like 11 o'clock at this point. Because I went to bed at like 8:45, 9 o'clock. So it might have been closer to midnight. So what I remember very vividly was I finally stopped throwing up and I got in the bed and I was just like, I just want you to hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me. And I never want to be held. I'm not that.
That is somebody coming off of a drug.
Yeah. I'm not a cuddly. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Like, and no offense, I'm just not that person.
Yeah, I feel that.
And so he was like, okay. Like,
he's like, yes.
Yeah, I'll hold you. So I remember, and I wanted to feel his heartbeat. So I got in sync. Like, I was like, I can feel your heartbeat. And I'm breathing with your heart.
It's like, first of all, my wife is high as a kite.
And so I finally was able to fall asleep or go into this, like, and fall asleep and just like go into that. And then the next morning, wake up and thought, where in the heck have I been? Like, what? And then not only was I hurting in my shoulder, I was hurting in my ribs.
Oh, because of
from throwing up. So I literally felt like I had been hit by a train.
I bet you did. Mm-hmm. Never took them again?
No, I threw them out.
Stop
sure
it.
Did. I was like,
those are some good drugs.
Well, they
were evil to you.
I said, get this out of my house. These are the devil. Like, I hate.
Oh,
like when I tell
sucks.
you, I was in it truly did something to me. I can look back and laugh now, but I told Jordan, I said, I never want to experience what I experienced.
Yeah, no, that was
there
scary.
was a lot more, but like just that feeling of number one, not being in control like that. And not being able to control the situation. I couldn't get out of it.
Nope.
Like, and I think about how do people that seriously do drugs? Like, how do they?
They're on a high, and you're like, no, they're like, you're on the street, and they're on the corner,
yes, and
they're like, and talking to themselves. Think about like that.
And people with kids.
Yeah.
Like if Jordan had not been home,
there's no way.
I don't know what. So I was like, absolutely not. I will not be doing that again.
Yeah.
Nope. So embarrassing for everybody to know. Yes, because that
Lauren went through it.
And then the girls too. It just
It is funny to tell your kids stuff that's happened to you and they're just like, what?
Well, and they heard me. That was the thing was it woke them up because I was so like.
Did they come downstairs and check on you?
I think one did. I can't remember. I'll have to ask Jordan. I think somebody did come. But then they were like, what's wrong with mommy? Because I didn't get up. Like the next morning I was in the bed. Like I was out.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's wrong with mommy? And he was like, well.
She took that gummy.
Didn't work out very well.
Oh,
so yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. That was a whole thing.
It does suck when you have a bad experience with something that can be good. So CBD, I don't know all the like factors,
THC, all the things.
Yeah, but mine was like almost to the point of it is at its max, like legal level or whatever.
Yeah.
And I went because I wasn't sleeping. And I was like, I just need to have a restful night. So I'm up.
Rest.
Like I see my clock at 1 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, at 3, and I was like, something's wrong. I'm not sleeping. And so I was like, I need something. So I went in and I told him kind of the same situation, not necessarily pain, but sleep. She was like, this is perfect. Now I'm going to tell you, you're going to take this amount.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it and take it right before you go to bed. It'll just help. It'll just keep you in a calm. And I'm like, fabulous. And so it did. And it worked. And I would take it every single night. And it would maybe take 45 minutes to kind of kick in, but I would do the same thing. I got in bed. I was watching like a show, and I remember the show would just kind of get like
blurry.
Yeah, and I'd be like, oh, that's weird. And then I'm like, time to go to bed. And I would just fall asleep. I would sleep until my alarm went off.
That's so nice.
And it was I woke up and no side effects. Like I didn't feel weird or anything. But then I got to a point where I was like, let me see if I can sleep without it. And so I finally was like able to a little bit. And I was like, I don't want to be like codependent on this. Right. So I think I went back and I've had 2 bags probably in the last 4 years. I don't have any. Actually, I don't think I physically have any, but maybe I have like 2 bites. Yeah. Not like enough it's like an emergency. But then I went to using a brand Lemmy. And their like sleep is it all natural? Because I'd rather do as natural as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
And their brand literally makes your eyeballs sleepy. So it doesn't like make your like that CBD stuff or whatever it is. It makes your
like just
body,
just relax.
Your body's done.
Yeah.
But the Lemmy stuff makes me actually like, oh, my brain is tired.
Yeah.
And that really was another feeling, but I liked it better. I was like, I actually prefer this
better.
The
natural one better?
Yeah, the Lemmy one better. And I was like, this is great. So I do actually have those. I take them maybe once a week.
Oh.
And there's no, I'm sleepy, but I can function. I can think. Do you know what I mean?
It's not like a hangover feeling.
It's not. And the gummy is if you take too much. So Angel had surgery on her ankle when she had broken it. And Mom and I, like, she didn't want to take all these drugs, and she would or whatever if she needed to, but we were like, let's just do the gummies for you. She's a freak. She's like, I don't want to take gummies. I don't want to take drugs. I'm like, take them. They're good. So we were giving her gummies, but I think, like, she would end up having them. She'd be like, my pain. And Mom's like, have a little bit more. And I'm like, she really could do too much of this, but there was a point where she did, like, probably, like, almost the amount that you did. She was out for 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, out for 2 days.
I would have been fine with being out. Like, that's what I wanted.
Weren't. See, that's not a good way to function on those. You have no control.
No, there was no.
No.
And when I'm being serious, like, it was a dark.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just very weird. And it was not a good feeling.
And you were already almost fearful of taking something in a sense, kind of thinking, this is not right, but it's right. So your brain's already thinking.
Yeah.
Not the happiest thoughts about it. So I think if you went into it again, you have to be like, tiny bit. I don't care what my husband, Jordan.
Yeah. Well, now he's like, I really think if you just take a 4th, you're going to be fine. You probably need to take a 4th. You need to rest a little bit. Like, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
But you can go to Ulta, or you can go to Target, and they sell the Lemmy brand, or you can go right to their website. But I swear by their sleep ones. They're fabulous. I'm like, it's just it's literally a sleepy feeling.
Is it where, like, if I were to take it, if he's not home, would I wake up?
Yeah, you would wake up. Yeah.
Because, see, that's the thing, like, when he's not home is, like I said, I'm on alert. Mm-hmm. And it takes me forever to go to sleep because I'm listening and doing, even if there's really nothing to listen to. So to, like, be able to just get to sleep quicker, then I might have to look into that.
I imagine, like, being up for a long period of time and you're just like, I could fall asleep on this table. It's like that feeling where you're like, I don't care if the lights are on. I don't care if the kids are screaming.
Yes, you can
I am falling asleep. Yeah. And that's the feeling that it gives you, which is nice. But yeah, if you woke me up, I can be awake and do what I need to do. Yeah, there's not a weird feeling.
Lemmy, not Lemmy. Lemmy.
Yeah, it's Lemme. And Kourtney Kardashian came out with a line, so don't be judging the Kardashians.
Hey, listen, I ain't judging nobody when it comes to that.
It's good stuff. Yeah. But she has an all-natural line. She has a ton of stuff.
I think she's going more in that realm.
Space. She's been there for a long time, and she researched this, I think, over 5 years they had been developing it.
Okay.
And so she is like, I don't want anything in my body.
Yeah.
And so everything that they've come out with, and I've purchased a lot of stuff from them, but that's my favorite.
Yeah. I'm going to have to try that.
Because I think that's what moms struggle with is rest.
For sure.
And so when you get to sleep, it's hard to stay asleep too. You know, you're like, I might be able to like kind of, but even if you can't, like you're saying, I can't even get to sleep.
No.
So yeah, something like that. But it's like 2 gummies and that's it.
Well, just 2 gummies?
Yeah, it's not as big as the other one. It's literally 2. Yeah. And they're just like little, they look like little, like fun little fruity
like
things.
Cubes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have like 5 grams of sugar.
I think well, I shouldn't just say for moms, but I really, because I am a mom and a woman, we keep things on our brains that men, I don't think about, right? So we're laying there but we have a million things. So we can just like tone those down just to like rest for a minute and go to sleep.
Yep.
That's a good.
Yep. It just turns your brain off a little bit.
I love that.
Yeah. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to leave you with that, you guys.
Yay.
We would love to have Lauren back, so we'll have to plan that. And thanks for being here. You know what? I'm going to have a plaque. The longest podcast ever.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, it's not sorry. You know what? I have heard it's been 1 hour and 24, which it's fine with me. I actually got feedback from several people. I had like a 2-part of something I did.
Yeah.
And they were like, stop doing that. Do a 1.
Oh, agreed.
We can stop it and come back to it. And I'm with that. So I am a podcast listener myself.
100.
But I also love the video concept of it because I like to kind of watch it sometimes as I listen. And I'm here for it. Sometimes I pause stuff and come back and I don't care. So
I have to have a podcast going all day.
It's just noise. It's helpful.
Well, and so I don't watch news.
Yeah, same.
So I get my news from podcasts. I get my entertainment from you and some other ones. I get my, I just love it. And so, and I'm on the road so much going back and forth to pick up people and do things. And so it really does. I feel like I'm learning.
Yeah.
And it's not just, noise. I'm actually learning and hearing things. And so I love a podcast. So I agree with that. I would listen.
Just keep it going.
Yeah. And then we can pause when we need to pause.
100%. So I'm going to do that for you listeners, just so y'all know.
Yeah.
And that is it. So we'll be back with some more.
Yay.
Thank you, Lauren, for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
You know what? Tell everybody where to follow you and a little bit. Tell us a tiny bit about yourself. I should have done that.
Well, no, that's fine. So Lauren Williams. I do own my own
Spell your
business.
last name.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Guilliams. It's like Williams, but it's Williams. I do own my own business, and it's Wreaths by Lauren, but on Facebook, because Facebook is Facebook.
Yep.
I had to do it as Lauren Wreaths, like my first name Lauren and my last name Wreaths. So you can follow me there for all of my content for what I make. And then I'm just Lauren Williams on Facebook. And I do have Instagram that I post on, Lauren Williams, but
when you post, because now Facebook and Instagram have
they're connected.
It kind of feeds.
Well, and I turn that off though, because here's why.
Okay.
I do have a bigger following on my actual Facebook platform, and I post on there constantly. That's my go-to. And my Instagram is kind of set up. It's not all the time. It's like bigger events I put.
Okay.
And so, but I do have on my Instagram, because you can see everything. A lot of my journey is on there.
Yeah.
So that is but it's just Lauren Williams.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'll put it in the description, in the show notes on whatever platform you're watching it from.
Yeah.
Yep. And go search her. But she shares great recipes.
I just do anything, really.
Yeah. I think it's really cool to find other women that you're inspired by. There's a lot of cool stuff that Lauren does. Decorations. She's very stylish. And then decor.
Listen, for you, I put on makeup today, though.
Well, I put on makeup too. I have a meeting this afternoon at the school. So I was like, I'm not going in there looking like a hobo. I want to look like I actually put myself together. These teachers are going to be like, interesting. So you look like you just got out of bed.
Well, maybe I did. That's for me to know.
I was like, let me put something on my face. Yeah.
So, but I used to be stylisher.
But I feel like when you do find pieces, you make them
try.
It's a cool little vibe you got going on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do really well with that. And for your children. Yeah, it's so cool. I went to Walmart for the first time, in 5 years, and I got...
They have stepped up.
They really have. Angel was like, you're going where? I was like, I know.
They have stepped up.
Because I have been so resisting, that whole thing. But I'm like, they actually kind of have great things.
They have a lot of great... I'm telling you, the clothes are next level at this point.
They've really come up. I was like, are y'all competing with Target?
Yes.
What
yes.
is
And price-wise, 1,000,000%.
Crazy. I was so into it. So I'm kind of maybe a fan.
You need to go do a haul.
Yeah,
Walmart haul. I've seen that. A lot of women doing Walmart hauls because they got some cute.
So cute.
Their shoes.
Yeah. I was really impressed.
Yeah.
So anyways, lots of fun stuff. Just, we could go all day.
Yeah, we could.
Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, y'all.